I never really thought I'd end up in the middle of the war, but didn't really understand how. Politics was never my thing, and guild rivalries were always over my head. I had my own problems, more along the lines of acne and girls. Now I look back, I realize the fact not much was going on in my life was a good thing. There was always someone around to talk to. We didn't have to do a thing. Then one day the soldiers came and got me and a bunch of other guys from around there. They wanted us for the company. At first, I was proud of my soldier's uniform and the weapons they gave us. Then I caught on. War's got nothing to do with being a hero. It's just about crawling forward with blood everywhere. Days of searing heat, jammed into makeshift, stinking trenches teeming with rats. So tired we could hardly stand but still couldn't sleep. Shaking, thinking what was going to hit us in the night. Nighttime meant marches from hell, stepping in blood and shit. Herded around like cattle by dim-witted officers who kept sending dozens of idiots like me off to get butchered. All the time shouting at us like it was our fault. Idiots who pissed themselves when they saw the enemy blades and cried like babies just thinking about having to kill again. Could have gone on like that for ages, until it was my turn to get killed. Except, I got captured with a bunch of other guys I hardly even knew. They rounded us up and shoved us into a cattle car, jammed in like mutants. And they sent us way over to the other side of the lines. Can't really remember if it was day or night. I completely lost track of time. Pretty much lost track of everything.
You are now in Camp 19. If you watch your step, we will get along just fine.
Prisoners to Camp 19. Get off the train and stand in line.
Then they shook us out, lined us up, this one guy crying his eyes out.
You're about to meet the sandpit. I want every one of you clean within the hour. You will then be taken to the registration office. You will inform them of what you know how to do, and you will be assigned a post and a bunk. Now, get going. Full out.
He wanted us to clean up. Not such a bad idea. So we had a sand shower.
Check it out, guys. Fresh meat. Good to see. I was starting to get tired of fucking the same asses. Hey, you're not bad, dickweed. Pretty little girl eyes. Yeah? What do you want? Your share? This bitch is mine. I saw her first. Unless you've got some idea about taking me on, she's mine. Looking for trouble or what? Tough guy, huh? Fucking retard. Ha! If you want to check out the scenery, just sit yourself down somewhere. I always like to help people out. Right, guys? Don't know when to stop, huh? You got something to say? Say it! Ha! Nobody speaks mouse here, dickweed. But if you're looking for trouble, you came to the right place. We're not gonna put up with some retard pissing us off. Not so smart, you know. Coming after me like that. Retards like you need to be put down like dogs. Bet you're an even bigger bastard than me. I get all choked up just thinking about that poor little bitch. Asshole. Forget it, guys. This guy's a skin job. No point staying in the line of fire.
Thanks for helping me out.
Forget it. It's over. Couldn't just stand by and watch him do something like that. You okay?
Better. Kinda weird, actually. I feel better than I have for a long time. Thanks again.
I said drop it. Still not over getting caught, huh? Anyway, if you're feeling okay, let's get out of here. This is a death trap. Better not to stick around.
Okay, I'm with you.
You have fun with her? Hope you didn't spread her too much. Meantime, me and my buddies, we figure we don't like your attitude. You may be a retard, but we're not gonna put up with that kind of shit from a nutcase who don't know good enough to open his mouth when he has to. So, we're gonna party, see?
Yep, I see.
You looking to get roasted or what? Take these wrecks to the infirmary. They nearly got killed. It's the same thing. Every time we get new arrivals, always gets them excited. Some days I wish I was at the front.
You nearly killed them.
And what do you think they'd have done to us if we'd been the ones kissing dirt? You gotta be ready for anything around here. Name's Roy. You?
Innocent. But aren't you from Aurora?
Afraid I am, kid. They called me Temperance back in the day. I figured Roy was better. Virtue names aren't exactly my thing.
All right, I think I understand.
Let's go to the mess. I think we need to have a talk. Without interruptions.
All right, I'll follow you.
Hey, Roy. Just wanted to tell you, everyone's talking about how you took out the fat guy. He was embarrassing the entire Aurora army. Here, take this. A little thank you.
Huh, thanks. Right. Not exactly luxury, but everyone keeps this place neutral. You don't fight in the mess, so we can talk here.
You really want to escape? You have a plan?
Speak more quietly. I don't want everyone knowing.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking. Well?
Already thought about it. But I'm gonna need you, and you're gonna need a good set of balls. Think you're up to it?
If I'm up to it? Well, of course I am. I hate this place, just like everyone else. Those guys? Well, you saw what happened when I got here.
Good. In that case, listen up. This place is miles from everything. It's easy enough to get past the walls, they're falling to pieces. Problem is, you just end up in the desert. And as soon as the sun rises, you're toast. Literally.
I see. So what do we do?
There's only one way out. We're gonna have to steal the train that brings people here.
Yeah, I see. I mean, well, you seem really tough and all, but just how exactly are you gonna do that?
You're gonna volunteer to work in the camp power station. When you're in there, you case the place and you find out where all the stuff guarding the train is. I'll get a hold of some weapons while you're doing that, and then all we gotta do is get through the entryway, blow up the electric shield, and take off.
Don't we already have weapons?
This shit won't save our ass if we go up against guards. They got good protection. We'll need guns at least. And I think I know how to get some.
Shit, guys! It's hitting the fan down there! Those abundance bastards sent some of our boys back in pieces again!
Holy shit. Are they dead?
If they're not, they're as good as. Bet those assholes are gonna come back with their sign-up speech again. More food if you go down and do some cleaning.
Yeah, except it's more food for those fucking bugs. Thanks, but I'll give it a miss. They can do their own cleaning.
Great. It's just what I was expecting.
What are they talking about?
The drilling well keeps getting overrun by moles, and because the grunts have better things to do than get rid of the vermin themselves, they send prisoners in with weapons to take them out. I'm gonna volunteer. I think I should go with you to recruitment anyway. I can ask them to change what I do at the same time.
All right, I'll apply for the job at the power plant.
Make sure you tell them you already did that before. Should work. Come on, let's go.
Hey, hi. We've never had the chance to talk. I heard about the fat guy. Takes balls, I gotta say. Apparently the guy pissed himself. I'm Jay, and if I can do anything for you...
I'm Roy. Actually, I just wanted some information.
I knew it. I knew it. Come on, give, man.
You got news from the front?
Couple of bribes by the new arrivals. Seems there was this big battle at Green Hope. Real carnage, my man, and that's the truth.
And? Who won?
Same as ever, buddy. The ones who sent bastards like you and me to die for them. Whoever won ain't gonna change much for guys like us. Anyway, seems our guys won this time. General's wisdom and honor have apparently pushed things in favor of Aurora.
You think it could mean the end of the war?
Yeah, but not for us, buddy. It'll be months before we get back home. If Abundance even sends us back, of course.
You know the guards here?
Of course. I'm one of those who has been here the longest. I was a scout and got caught at the start of the war. You know, in the end, they're just like us. They're the good guys, and they're the assholes. Bob's a great guy, for example, but you already know that, right?
Yeah, he's not like the others. The rest of them really play by the book. Abundance has these ideas.
Oh, don't try and tell me you prefer Aurora's bullshit. Or you wouldn't be called Roy, right? And they're scared shitless of their technomancer. They obey, yeah. Maybe more than us, too. Gotta say, their system's pretty strict, and they're scared shitless of their technomancer. He's called Sean. Not the most laid-back guy in the world, but what do you expect from a technomancer, huh?
You're not kidding. Know your way around weapons?
Like all of us, I guess. I was only a scout, though, but I had one, you know? Even if it's not my specialty.
So what's your specialty?
I get what I need to start off with. I make some things, collect others. I know where to find stuff, who to trade with, including for services. And also, for information, buddy. That's what you're here for, right?
You could say that. That's it for now. Thanks for the tip.
Move it.
What'd you do before the war?
Nothing special, sir.
Great. Look, answer yes or no. It'll go faster. You good with your hands?
Not real?
I said yes or no. Can you write?
No, Sarge.
All right, buddy. Look, I'll put you in the kitchen and you'll peel roots. That'll do just fine. Next. First name, last name, former job.
Innocent Smith. I was studying before the war. I mean, I was training to be an electrician.
Innocent? You sure look like your name, kid. For once. Anyway, can't say that's a good idea around here. You might just lose your innocence the hard way. Wanted to be an electrician, huh? Don't look like you got your hands on too many wires, if you ask me. You sure you know what you're doing?
Yes, well, it's true that I don't have a lot of experience yet, but I studied.
Well, you sure look like a rookie to me. But anyway, we got a power plant here. You can learn on the job. Next. Poor kid. Those Aurora bastards take him young. First name, last name, for... Hey, you're not new. Roy Defiance or something like that.
Temperance, actually. But don't sweat it. I never got used to it either.
What do you want? Didn't we already give you something to do?
Yeah, you did. I unload equipment crates. But I heard you need more people for the cleaning?
Yeah, it's true. And you're good at fighting, right? They say you kicked the shit out of the fat guy. Can't say he didn't deserve it, though. You know, the last guys who went down there didn't come back in good shape, right?
I know, but moving crates is boring me shitless. Some action would be a nice change.
Very well. I'll reassign you. Go talk to the guards at the top of the drilling well. But don't come bitching to me if you're missing an arm when you come back up. Next.
Roy? You're really going to fight those creatures? It sounds pretty dangerous.
Yeah, those moles are serious shit, but don't worry. I'll have a gun, and I won't be alone.
Why are you taking so many risks to escape? I mean, we'll all be free one day, right?
Probably, but it'll take months, if not longer. I already had to live in a cage, and I swore I'd never go through that again. I've already been here way too long. I was just waiting for someone I could trust to show up. All right, I'm going. You try and find out as much as possible about how the plant works. We'll meet up again this evening.
All right, and, good luck.
Halt! You one of the new cleaning recruits?
Yeah, been to the recruitment office and they gave their approval.
Hey, aren't you the guy who fought with the Fat Ones gang and nearly killed them?
That son of a bitch was about to attack one of the kids that just got here. I couldn't just stand back and watch.
Oh yeah, real hero, right? Well, you're gonna get some real good training down there. But watch it. The moles are pretty aggressive these days. Take a gun from the counter at the back and try to take out as many as possible. Then, try to get back in one piece. It'll make a change. Hey, good luck. Hey, your buddies are waiting for you down there. So get your ass in gear and take a gun from the counter. Hey, your buddies are waiting for you down there. So get your ass in gear and take a gun from the counter.
I came to get a gun.
Here. The charges are fully loaded, so you shouldn't have any problem with the ammo. But if you come across the guys from the last squad, the ones who didn't come back up, I mean, take their guns and bring them back to me, you'll get a reward.
All right, I'll have a look.
Perfect. Hurry up. The others are waiting.
Always gotta be hungry, don't I? Or I'd never go down there.
Are you serious? If that's the only reason, you should have maybe stood back. I hope you know how to use that thing. Them bugs don't just dance.
I know, that's what's freaking me out. You see those guys that came back up?
No, and I prefer it that way. At least I'm not shitting myself like you. Now, it'd be real nice if you could stop giving us all the creeps.
All right, whatever. Just don't expect me to go first when we get there.
Right. This way we can take care of the nests by ourselves and get the bounty.
Bounty? They didn't tell you?
There's a bounty if you destroy the nests. Guards will give you extra stuff. So far, I haven't heard a lot of squads getting that far, but hey, you can always dream, right?
Hey guys, you see that?
And? Don't feel like you're letting us do all the dirty work, huh? Not like we need a distraction, you know?
Seriously, look! Looks like some metallic stuff down this hole.
That's the bugs' tunnels. Far as I know, they don't use metal for supports. That's fucking weird, man.
Almost looks like pre-turmoil shit. Stuff built by the colonists.
Holy shit! You sure? Relics?
I said almost.
We gotta go back up fast and tell the guards. We'll get triple rations.
You sure got a problem with food. I'm with you on that, though. And anyway, who knows what's down there? Better we tell them to go down and see for themselves. Come on, we're done. Let's go see the guards.
Okay, let's go.
Why the fuck are you doing there? Sick of it already? Your shift's not over yet.
That's not it. I found something down there.
Well, let's see. And just what did you find, your asshole? Must have been something for a jerk-off like you.
Nah, seriously? There's some kind of debris down one of those holes there. Metal stuff. The guy over here says they're relics from the colonists.
Really? Are you sure?
I can't be completely sure, but there's metal in one of the tunnels, manufactured. Unless you put it there. It's gotta be really old.
All right, I'll call the boss. But I really hope you're right. I don't know what yours are like, but our technomancer isn't exactly laid back.
I've been told you found something suspicious. Report, soldier.
Yes, sir. The cleaning squad went down, but they came back early, saying they found some metallic debris in one of the tunnels. The prisoner says they're relics. I thought I should tell you.
If they actually are relics and not the fantasies of a group of gullible fools, you did the right thing, soldier. So, prisoner, describe what you saw and what makes you think it was relics. Unless you happen to be an expert.
I'm not the one who said they were relics, sir. He did. I just saw metal scraps down a hole in it.
Enough. You, speak.
There really is metallic debris in one of the tunnels dug by the moles. Old metal, manufactured. That's why I think it could be what's left of some colonial facility.
And do you have much experience with colonial facilities?
Not really. It's just a guess.
Well, well. A smart prisoner. This camp is chock full of surprises. Mary, my dear, do go down and see what this is all about, will you? Tell me if our local genius here is right or wrong.
Yes, Master.
And take him with you. With someone else. Give me a report. And, Mary, don't take any unnecessary risks.
Yes, Master.
It's here. We didn't go down. The debris looked strange, so we went back up immediately.
Oh, really? You were right. It does look like pre-terminal remains. I imagine a lot of people would mistake it for drilling debris. What did you do before the war?
Well, What the...
A queen!
I'm done here. No way I'm sticking around. You stay with your girlfriend.
What?
Mary, whatever it is, charge some fluid now. We need a powerful shock to collapse this tunnel, or that thing will follow us.
But what about the relics? No, we can't just...
For fuck's sake, hurry. I'll try and draw deeper into the cave, but I won't last long.
A shame we'll never know what was in that tunnel. Unless we send a squad to clear all that mess.
With that creature down there? With all due respect, ma'am, I don't know many people with the guts to do that.
And you? How is it you know so much of the powers of technomancy?
I worked with one, once. Nothing more.
Really? Fine, let's go back up. I have a report to make.
Roy, if you need a hand for a job or something, you know where to find me, right?
Master, they were indeed relics from pre-terminal times.
They were?
The tunnels were inhabited by a queen who had to run away and collapse the tunnel. I failed, Master. I'm sorry.
Mary, I am sure you did what had to be done. I told you not to take any unnecessary risks, and you did not. You did well.
I brought you the gun.
See anything down there? Any trace of the others?
Sorry, but it's kind of dark down there, and we were under pressure. The bugs were everywhere, so no, I didn't see anything.
Shit. Think we're gonna have to send out a patrol. We can't leave those guys lying around in the tunnels. Too bad about the reward. Come on, get out of here.
I still can't get over the state of those guys that came back up a while back. You gotta ask yourself if they really know what they're doing.
Yes?
I have a few questions to ask you, if it's okay. What'd you do before you got drafted?
Not much. My parents had a store and I was going to take it over. I was sort of learning the tricks of the trade. But I wasn't really into it, to be honest. I preferred hanging out with my friends. And you?
Not everything I did was interesting or glorious, but I got by. What battles did you fight in?
Mostly skirmishes. Lots of trench warfare around the shadow lines. Not good memories. Pretty bad, actually.
I hear that. War's pretty disgusting, but it seems like it's the only thing going on in this rock.
And you? Seeing how you fight, you must have been something at the front.
I was so good they offered to make me a general, but I turned them down. Really ugly uniform. You know people in this camp?
There's gotta be people I fought with, but I don't really see any familiar faces. Except maybe... Anyway, that would be really weird.
What?
That girl who just walked by in the blue dress. I get the feeling I've seen her somewhere.
On the battlefield? She looks kinda young to have been at the front, even if it is possible.
No, at Shadow Lair. It's dumb, I must be wrong, but she looks kinda different.
True? Weird, yeah. Come on, let's go.
dog like that. Holy shit, what is wrong with them?
That's the second I've seen attack for no reason. We already had to kill one near the sandpit.
And I had to put down 2 more in the kennel. God damn.
The one that attacked me earlier had filmy eyes, just like this one. And I've never seen those kind of patches on a dog.
Me neither, but I also noticed those patches on the animals I had to put down. I'll check the other dogs, but it's kind of worrying. It looks like they caught something.
Could it be an epidemic? I hope it's not transmissible to man. This camp is becoming more and more unhealthy.
It is. All the more reason to find out what we can about this disease. Tell me, Jay, you know if there's a way to get to the cistern?
The cistern, huh? You're thinking of something. You looking to stock up on water?
Maybe the question's just rhetorical.
Well, there you go. So I'll answer rhetorically, too. If somebody who's not you wanted to enter the cistern, he'd need an official pass from the boss himself, or he'd get shot 2 yards from the entrance.
And if this person wanted to go there unofficially?
Then there's only one way. Go across the mushroom field and have the balls to get through those fucking moles. Of course, to do that, he'd also need a key. The kind only the guards at the sentry post have, seeing the entrance has been closed after the infestation.
So that person would have to find an understanding guard, like Bob, for example. Thanks for the tip. All purely theoretical, of course. Gotta go. See ya. Hey, Doc, do you know anything about dogs?
They're not exactly my specialty. I know more about 2-legged animals, you know. Why?
The camp dogs are going crazy and attacking everything that moves.
Ah, I have the feeling there'll soon be more visits to the infirmary. And if people can get it, it could get serious.
You sure we can get it?
Well, can't be sure. We have to check the animals, find out what they have. I don't have the equipment to do that kind of thing here. But I'm certain of one thing, and that's that we can't take their risk. I'm afraid the dogs will have to be put down.
It's too bad, but if we can get it too, we don't have a choice.
If it's possible to find a cure, I'd really prefer giving it a shot.
Animal lover, huh? Well, in that case, I can't help you. Find a vet.
Hey, buddy. You've seen a thing or two, right? You know if there's a vet in the camp?
Ah, haven't heard that for a while. Yeah, I'm a vet and I got stuck in front of the oven. So what? What do you want a vet for, eh?
I don't know, maybe you heard. The dogs are going crazy and attacking everyone. There's these strange white patches on their bodies.
Shit. Okay. I'll need samples of the patches, and their saliva too. And with what we got here to do the analysis with, I'll need some materials. I'll go see the dog master. With a bit of luck, I'll be able to take some samples.
Well, the doc said people might be able to get it.
The doc doesn't know anything about animals. I understand why he's worried, but still, to each his job. If you bring me the samples, I should be able to put together a cure.
All right, I'll bring you the samples. Here, I have the samples you need. Hope you can find a cure.
Not easy to find a cure with this type of infection. But we can make a vaccine for the other dogs. Come back and see me later.
All right.
What do you want with me, man?
I held up my end of the deal. Here are your tools.
Thank you, man. We will respect our agreement. You have aided our cause, and we will aid yours by waiting for your signal.
Perfect. Continue to get ready, won't be long. When everything on our side's in place, I'll let you know and you can start your riot.
I would never have thought of helping organize a dust revolt. I mean, I didn't think they could feel things like wanting to revolt or injustice.
Whatever you think of them, you gotta remember that even a dog can turn on its master. And the Dusts are a lot closer to us.
Yeah, I see that now. I never talked to one of them before. Now I feel kind of ashamed, actually.
So looks like you wanted to put the theory to test. Bob told me. Hey, don't sweat it. I'm cool. All I want is to go with you. It wouldn't be my first try, you know. Come on, so give. What's the plan?
I suppose you might be useful. I'm making sure we got enough water for the trip, and another prisoner's looking to see how we can get around the train's electrical security. We're gonna be leaving by train, after creating a diversion just before, of course. With the help of the mutants, for example.
Jesus, you thought of everything. You're a pretty good planner, I gotta say. All right. If I can help, let me know.
Hey, the Bare Knuckle King. What do you want?
You don't look so good.
Yeah, so you understand? I want to be alone, right? Hey, the Bare Knuckle...
You don't look...
Yeah. Hey, the...
Been here long?
Sorry. Been here a while, yeah. I wasn't very good on the front, so they sent me here. It was a drilling well before, a big abundant site. But with the war, there weren't many people left to work here, of course, so they decided to make it a prisoner of war camp. Seeing as how it's a long way from the front in the middle of nowhere, it's a good spot. For a POW camp, I guess there's worse. For us, on the other hand, it's a real pain in the ass.
The mechanic's looking for reels and copper wire.
Hey, listen, I don't know anything about that shit. I grew vegetables back home, so mechanics...
You don't look so good.
Yeah, so you understand? I want to be alone, right?
Hi, Roy. Can I do anything for you?
I knew a mole queen that looked happier than you do. What's up?
You know, I've tried several times to get out of this hole, but I don't have the nerve to try anymore. They took my lucky charm after the last time.
Seeing as you're still here, you sure it was really that lucky?
Of course. I'd be dead 100 times over without it. One of the guards took it, that son of a bitch, as if he needed it. Since then, I can't even play craps.
I'll see what I can do, but I can't promise anything.
Hi, Roy. Can I do anything for you?
Actually,
I knew it!
That's it for...
Hi, Roy.
Gotta go.
Hey, Roy, it worked. I made a vaccine. On top of that, I'm pretty sure there's no risk, apart from getting bitten. The type of fungus the dogs were infected with has no effect on people.
And you did all that in the kitchen?
Not like I had much of a choice. The doc didn't want me over at his place. Scared of patients getting infected.
It's true that the kitchen's a lot safer to avoid anyone getting infected. It's not as if all the prisoners ate here. Whatever. Give me the vaccines. I'll take him to the dogmaster. He's waiting for him.
I still can't get over my own dog going for me, and he had to be put down.
He wasn't acting normal. Several of the dogs have been attacking people for no reason lately. The cook found a vaccine, but too late for your dog.
Nice animal. And a good dog. I mean, usually. Thanks for helping me. Would have been tough on my own.
Forget it. I was in the neighborhood. I was coming to see you, actually. Jay told me you have his lucky charm, and, well, he'd like it back. Maybe we can come to a deal.
His lucky charm, huh? Yeah, I understand. Here, take it. I owe you that much.
So, any news? It's getting worse here. Even though I isolated the dogs completely, I really think they're all gonna die anyway.
Relax. The cook made a vaccine. Says it'll stop new cases.
Thanks. Nice of you to look after all that. Hadn't been for you, all of the camp dogs had gone crazy and attacked everybody. Our technomancer barbecued guys for less than that. Here, take this. It ain't much, but if it can help you out.
Thanks.
What can I do for you, prisoner?
I'm kind of bored. You got any work for me?
You're the guy who gave the mechanic a hand, right? He needs you again.
Already did. See ya.
Right.
So?
Don't have it.
Yeah.
Hey, the Bare Knuckle King. What do you want?
You don't want to talk about your problems.
Listen, it's all real nice, gotta admit. But can you tell me how it's any of your business? All right, but not about me, okay?
And? You were saying?
Huh. Got nothing to tell you. It's just horrible here. Always the same stuff to do. Always the same ugly faces. Middle of this fucking desert. I'm bored to death. First I get sent to the front, then here to watch over a bunch of guys. I never asked to be a soldier. Okay, I make some money, but it's not like I can spend it here. What's it good for?
Wife back home, maybe?
Yeah. Things were good, just the two of us before the war. We were even thinking about having a kid. And then, really gets me, not being with her.
You could get a pass or something. Maybe you could get transferred.
Obvious you're not abundance. No such thing as passes. If I get sent anywhere, I'll be sent to the front. And I've seen my share of what's going down there.
There's gotta be a way.
Yeah. If I was to get declared an invalid, it's the only way.
I don't know how it works where you're from, but in Aurora, a guy does that and gets caught, he's a goner.
Here too. But they can't stop me from thinking it, right? I haven't done anything wrong yet.
I could break your arm. Would that work?
You're sick? No. To get sent back home, I gotta get sick. For example, something they can't handle here. I would have liked to set it up with the doc, but if he turned me in, I could get shot.
I might come up with a way to get you out of here. Who knows?
I shouldn't have talked to you about it. If anyone finds out I want to desert, it's my ass.
Hey, doc food. Got a moment? I need a meal that's disgusting enough to make someone sick as a dog.
Hey, you really want people to think I'm a bad cook?
No, that's not the point. Look, just between you and me, one of the guards here wants out, so...
I get it. Okay, but only because it's for you. Try and find some mildew. A fair amount, these things can make you real sick.
Mildew? Huh. Okay, I'll go get some. And thanks for that.
Won't we kill him with that stuff? I mean, if it's some kind of poison.
If you give him too much, you could, so be careful.
Okay, we'll try to find some. Here, I found some mildew.
Great. Give me that shit, and I'll whip up what you need. I get the impression there's a lot of it.
I think the idea is actually pretty dangerous. If we get the dose wrong...
Well, it's your call. So, do I put all of it in?
Yeah, you're right. That might be a bit much. Half should do it.
Yeah, it's ready. Watch it. The dish is hot.
That shit looks almost tasty. Thanks.
Hey, the Bare Knuckle King. What do you want?
The cook helped me whip this up. It's supposed to make you sick. Not very nice, but should get you sent back home.
You serious? But, how sick? It won't kill me, will it?
I hope not. I'd hate myself, but apparently you should only be sick for a couple of days.
Thanks, Roy. Never thought anybody would help me, let alone a prisoner. I'll eat it. Wish me luck.
Bon appetit, and bon voyage.
Hi, Roy. Can I do anything for you?
Here, got your lucky charm. You could have told me it was a picture of your wife.
Well, didn't want you thinking I get all sentimental. Anyway, thanks, buddy. You're a pal. I could never... Here, take this. I mean it. As thanks. Hi, Roy. Can I do anything for you? Huh. He's always hanging out in the same sector. Not like he's got a lot of activity.
And he still looks like he's going to a funeral?
Ah, you noticed that too. Anyway, no. Seems better, in fact. Probably waiting on a letter from his girlfriend or something.
Actually, that's it for...
Hi, Roy.
We're almost ready to leave this hole. You just gotta go tell your guard buddy that the Dusts are gonna mutiny. That'll make a good diversion.
Okay. You can count on me. Meet back at the train?
Later, Jay. Jay and the train can't be very far now.
Well, Mary was right. It would seem our genius prisoner is seeking to part company with us. That would explain all of the inconveniences we've been experiencing lately. I suggest you surrender, sir. You know I cannot let you escape, and that I have the power to stop you forever.
Don't let any reinforcements through. If anybody shows up, stop them.
We gotta go, now! We're gonna have all the camp guards on our ass after that. Jesus, killing one of those technomancers. I didn't think that was even possible.
Of course you can kill them. They're human beings, you know?
What? What are you doing? We're going. I mean, should we get rid of this thing? What good will it be?
It'll give us a better chance to escape.
And that's what they use for their magic? All these wires? You gonna sell them?
Shit. Never thought I'd put these things back on.
Put them back on? Roy, what are you saying? Yeah, you know how to use these things?
Yes. Now let's go.
Jay, we're here. The train ready?
Almost. A few more minutes, kid. We'll be breathing trail dust.
Ha! Not over yet, Jay. There's an entire troop on our ass. No way to get this machine going faster?
No, Roy, sorry. I did my best, but I got an idea. I'll hold him off.
You're crazy, Jay. If you go out, they'll kill you, and I can stop them easier than you.
You gotta be kidding. Why not come right out and call me a pussy? You keep an eye on the kid. Not the same if he's with me. You're like his big brother. Get them! Stay there. I'll find another way to get out. See you in Shadow Lair. Now go!
They're gonna kill him, aren't they?
Yes. The only thing we can do for him is escape.
Master? Master! Kill you. How dare he take your things? He'll pay for this, I swear. I'll hunt him to hell if I have to.
The man who saved me and got me involved in this incredible escape turned out to be far more complex than I had imagined. Roy is strong and brave, of course, but he can also be friendly and show compassion, which is pretty rare these days. And without him, I would doubtless be dead, or worse. But I began to understand his personality when I learned he was a technomancer. His knowledge of relics, his attitude, so different from the people I'd known until then, and his mastery of technomancy set him apart. And all became even clearer when I found out he was a fugitive, that he had fled the source for his life to regain his liberty, to escape the gilded cage of the technomancers. I understood why he couldn't bear being pent up in the camp and had to escape, yet again. The journey is long. We have to avoid falling into the hands of abundance and manage to get back behind our own lines. Aurora has apparently won the war, and the troops are demobilizing. But still, travel is a perilous affair, and to travel as we do, from one shadow line to another, having abandoned the train is even more so. I have had all the time I need to question him as to his past, and on the events at the camp. Why he thought of Sean and his apprentice, for example. He doesn't always answer, far from it. But I have begun to understand him better all the same, I think. And I am proud to be at his side. Perhaps one day, I may be a bit like him.
Going to be okay with someone like me coming around, even if I am bringing the prodigal son back.
There's no doubt about it. My parents are in the militia with the people. And wait till they know what you did for me.
Many things seem to have changed while we were away, and that includes the militia's popularity. We'll see. You were lucky enough to snag some clothes your size. That'll be more discreet than those prison uniforms, and I have the feeling this will prove useful around here.
Hey, you! Papers.
I know this is gonna sound like science fiction to you, but I managed to escape from Abundance's prison camps.
Those bastards. They make me sick. They sure gave us hell on the battlefield. But we still took Green Hope. And where were you? Which camp? Do you happen to know Prowess Martin? Those pigs got him too. He was captured during the fights on the 12th Highway.
You know, there are several camps, Sergeant. And even if he happened to be in mine, it's a big one. I don't know every prisoner.
Yeah, too bad. I just wish I had some news about him. Those Abundance bastards don't let anything through. Anyway, where are your papers?
Listen, Sarge. I know how stupid it may sound, but I forgot them at home.
And you forgot your uniform, too? What the fuck is that attire?
I know you have a hard and unsatisfying job. How about I make your life a little easier? You forget you ever saw us.
Are you, like, trying to bribe us? With what happened lately, that would be just as good as signing our own death warrant. Where are your papers?
Do you think you could ask more politely? Like saying please, or even hello while we're at it? No? Alright, then I got a good idea. Go fuck yourself.
What the... Get that scumbag and take him away to the office.
Yes? I have a few questions to ask you, if it's okay. You know Shadow Lair well?
Well, especially my neighborhood. I never went outside it too much, especially downtown. Apart from for a few ceremonies.
I'll have to show you the slums then. It's not great, but it's still an interesting place.
Thanks, I'd like that. While we're on the subject, you know that girl in Camp 19?
Mary? The technomancer?
Yeah, I thought about it, and I'm pretty sure I saw her downtown one day, during a ceremony.
Odd. And interesting. Good to be back?
Absolutely. Without you, I'd still be up in the camp. Or rather, anyway, I don't really feel like thinking where I'd be, in fact.
Don't worry about it. Even if things are really tense here too, at least you're back home. Come on, let's go. Innocence, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but we gotta go. Pretty obvious we're not safe here, especially if they're watching the house. Come on.
Roy. My parents are dead, aren't they?
Look, they're probably dead. Yeah, and I understand you want to know more about it, but I'm pretty sure they won't want you to go risking your life over it. We gotta go.
Yes. Thank you, Roy.
You there! You're under arrest! Stop right there!
Are you Tenacity, the bounty hunter?
That's me.
I have a contract for you. A man we want to find.
I consider it done. What's his name?
His name's Temperance, but he calls himself Roy. He refuses to join us. He's a renegade. You must be careful, it's said that he's armed.
Armed? You think I usually go after Boy Scouts? Anyway, I know this Roy. I didn't know he was a renegade. We even worked together back in the day. Tough guy. It's gonna cost you.
Name your price. We can't let this man walk free. And if he dies, we'll only be grateful.
All right, I'll be back with his body in a bit. Now get out of here. Your stench is pissing my dog off.
I don't think they could follow us. You all right?
Not very good. I'd like to understand what happened. There must be somebody, maybe a group, that can help me find out about...
I'm really sorry, kid. Listen, I got a friend not far from here. She usually knows everything going on in the city. If there's a rebel movement, she'll be able to tell us.
Thanks, Roy. It's horrible. I feel so empty. I was so looking forward to see them, and then... now I have nothing.
I understand. I guess you're pretty angry, too. We'll find out what happened. But that said, we gotta be careful. We should find somewhere to stay low and fast. I had a place in the area back in the day. After we see Charity, it'll be a good idea to go see if it's still there.
Okay. And Roy, thank you. You saved my life again.
Don't mention it. Come on, let's go.
Oh, shit.
What's wrong?
This city's a fucking nightmare now. You can't go 3 feet without a patrol stopping you. There's a checkpoint up ahead. They're stopping everybody. And I would just get my papers stolen.
There any way around the checkpoint?
Not to where I'm going. There's always a way to get replacement papers, of course. But the guy who does them is kind of hard to find, you know? The authorities are on his ass big time.
The war's over, so why check everyone?
Well, I guess it's because of politics. I probably shouldn't say this to someone I don't know, but the technomancers didn't make too many friends when they took out the militia. Now there's a resistance. Guys against the authorities. That's why we got all these checkpoints. That and because it seems there's some guy in town who's on the run. I even heard that the technomancers hired a bounty hunter to track him down, but, well, you know. Anyway, none of it's good for business.
Roy? But that's...
Shh. You said something about a guy who does papers. Wouldn't know where he hangs out, would you?
I run a bar, so I hear things. But look, I'll tell you if you get ID for me too.
Yeah, okay, I'll get some for you. So, where can I find him?
Thanks, buddy. He's hiding out in the north neighborhood, where the gangs run the place. You be careful, it's pretty hot there.
Later.
Papers?
Listen, I just got out of an abundance camp. I'm not looking for any trouble.
Yeah. Except we never seen anyone get out before. They didn't start releasing prisoners yet. You could tell me all about it at the station.
Well. The handsome Roy is back. And with a cute little boy, too. Care to introduce us?
Charity, this is Innocence. Innocence, this is Charity, the great lady of Shadow Lair.
A great lady. Don't listen to him, boy. I used to be a whore. Nothing more. But I don't keep my ears plugged.
That's kind of why we came to see you. We'd like to know what happened to some former members of the militia.
Former militia? His family, I suppose. Poor kid. Pretty much all of them were arrested in a single night. No one knows what happened to them after.
I imagine there's a kind of a resistance movement, seeing what the government's like. Kid wants to get in touch with them.
You know, they're a secret society, and a secret society is, well, secret, you see? They don't exactly carry signs saying who they are. It'll take time. And I need a favor. A friend of mine disappeared. And she's not the kind of girl anyone files a missing person on, if you see what I mean. She left a while back to go to Tierville, and she never came back. Find her, Roy, and I'll find the resistance for you.
In the shopping district, huh? All right, I'll take care of it.
Hey, you, sir. Listen, do you think you could help me out?
Problem?
You can say that again, but I think you're the guy for the job. From what I've seen, you're not the kind scared of duking it out with scumbags.
I'm not planning on making a career out of it.
Of course, but it's for a good cause, see? There's this gang of junkies that's set up in my workshop. I can't go there anymore. And if I can't work, well, I can't earn a living. I'll pay you, of course.
So I get a bunch of addicts out of your place. Then what?
Then I'll give you some serum, of course. And if you ever need a hand, you just let me know. Turnabout and all that, right?
All right, I'll go see those squatters.
Thank you so much. I owe you. And actually, I'm the craftsman around here.
Roy, wandering evictor. Later.
Hi, what can I do for you?
Since you've been living here, you must have heard about Charity, I guess.
Of course. Great woman. I don't even want to think what things would be like around here without her.
I suppose so.
It's not what you think. She's got good company, that's for sure, but that's not all she does, you know?
Really?
May seem like an old-fashioned idea, but she's a good person. She helps people. And has enough influence so things run pretty much smoothly, even though the militia disappeared. It's sure not the Source or its soldiers who are gonna do that for us. Hooker or not, it's people like her that we need, not them. Maybe Wisdom and his guard dog should try selling their bodies to see what it's like. They could do with a change of perspective. I mean, don't go repeating that, of course. You tend to relax a bit when the cat's not around.
No problem. I can't even think of how to fit it into a conversation. What's the deal with this place? How'd it become the hangout for all the addicts in Shadow Lair?
Not all of them, really. But if I told you this part of the city used to be really happy and lively, well, that'd be a happy and lively pile of crap. I've been living here for 40 years now, and it's only ever been a slum. The slum, like everyone calls it, even if none of the other parts of town are all that great either. Anyway, it still found a way to go downhill. People weren't real happy, that's for sure, but they at least didn't go getting all violent like that. They got sold a dream, and they were let down.
And, who sold it to them?
Oh, lots of folks. Same ones that promised everybody water, a place in the shade, or even just a job to make life easier. You know. The same one who promised them a future if they joined the army and told everybody one day we'll all go back to Earth. And of course there's those that try to get you to believe everything will be better as soon as you stick a needle in your arm. But those guys are smart. Half the time, what they say is true. One of them hangs out here, apparently. Don't ask me where, but the slum's his turf. And seeing as the army doesn't come around that often, pretty much all the junkies are here.
I thought you couldn't stand those addicts.
Sometimes I get carried away, say things I shouldn't. But you got my workshop back from me, and that's all I needed. I got nothing against those kids, to be honest. You can't really say they ever had it easy. Back in the day, we weren't exactly well off, but at least we had hope.
Later. Hi. I heard you're the person to see when you lose your ID.
Oh, yeah? Maybe you misunderstood. And who are you?
Roy. Tranquility sent me.
That old son of a bitch. He needs me?
Apparently. I also figured maybe you could help me too, actually.
Did you now? Roy, huh? Well, we're not off to a good start. Roy. I don't know where you're from, but this is Aurora here. You gotta get yourself a nice virtue name if you don't want to get arrested first time they check your papers. Well, I mean, I'm just saying that in case someone did happen to be able to do lost papers for you.
Okay, how can I get legit papers?
Honestly, no idea.
No need to be honest. I was thinking about something more in your league. Fake ID papers, for example.
Ha! Funny guy. And you don't give up, huh? Listen, if you want papers that'll do the trick, you need a forger worthy of the name. And the only one I've heard is under a lot of pressure right now.
Maybe I could help you let off some steam.
You think so? You can always try. I guess if you do good, he'd probably return the favor. Dressed like an escaped prisoner the way you are, you probably couldn't afford him otherwise anyway.
I'm listening.
Well, it seems someone ratted on the guy. Now he's got soldiers all over him, turning his workshop upside down.
So they might find something.
Well, he ain't exactly stupid, you know? He just doesn't leave evidence lying around the house. But now they're on him, they'll never let up. They'll keep his place on the watch until they got something they can get their teeth into.
So what do you suggest?
Me? Nothing. But as long as those soldiers are sitting in the guy's workshop, the production line's hardly about to start up again. No, you'd have to get rid of them if you wanted him to help you. But I just might happen to have a few interesting bits and pieces myself. Bunch of evidence. Pretty convincing. If the army found it in some gang's hangout, for example, everyone would be breathing a little easier.
That's a good tip. All right, I'll go visit the workshop, and I'll decide once I get there. Later. Hi, you wouldn't be a friend to Charity, would you?
I know her, yeah. Who doesn't, you know?
Seems she likes you. She's worried about your disappearance.
Really? Just that, I got some work, see? Sure you're not looking for a good time?
I've known Charity for ages, but how'd you meet her?
You gotta know that Charity worked like us before. So she keeps an eye on girls like me, helps us out. She came to me just after I started, gave me advice. She's been keeping an eye on me ever since.
I got a few questions about your job. Who's your pimp? Things okay with him?
My boss is the guy back there. And, yeah, he's great. Anything else?
Can you tell me more about this neighborhood?
You know, the way I see things, not much more than my room and the square. This is the shopping district, you know? You can buy anything here, including a date.
I got a few questions about your job. You here all day, all night?
Pretty much, yeah. But, you know, I spend most of my time on my back anyway.
It's just that, Roy, even prostitutes have breaks, don't they?
Anything else?
I got a few... Is the pay good in this line of work?
Why? You looking for a career change? If you work good, you get good money, yeah. Listen, leave me alone. He'll kill me if you keep this up. He beats me every day, where it can't be seen. So just leave me, please?
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm gonna have a couple of words with that bastard.
What a horrible man. He's going to pay for that, right, Roy?
Later. Listen, that girl of yours, doesn't look like she's being treated real good.
What business is that of yours? She ought to be happy. She works in a good neighborhood, and she's got work, not like the others.
Be happy? You son of a bitch.
I'm sure we can come to an agreement about the girl.
You want her for yourself? then buy her off me. And seeing how much she brings in, it ain't gonna be cheap. But no way I'm taking a hit on it. So it's gonna cost you.
You little fuck. That was a big mistake. One I was hoping you'd make.
You making progress with the other, looker?
I talked to your pimp. You can go back to your neighborhood. If I were you, I'd go see Charity right away.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. One more week and I think I'd have died. See you at her place.
Stop right there. We're conducting a search.
I don't know what you're looking for here, but I got a good tip about some forgery going on. There's a gang that works not far from here. One of their guys came up to me and tried to sell me some fake ID. I turned him down, of course, but I think you should check it out.
Oh, that's exactly what we're looking for here. Hey guys, let's go. Seems there's a gang behind all of it.
So, you can use your workshop again.
Ha! Good work, Roy. How'd you do it?
I did like you suggested. Drew their attention to that gang's suspicious activities. They went for it in a flash. I was almost disappointed.
You got a knack for convincing people, that's for sure. Good work, my man. Our friend will be able to get back to work in peace and quiet.
You gonna keep that up for a while?
Do I look like I'm playing games? Okay, if you got no more questions, I'll get back down to work. You know where to find me now. Hey, thanks for helping me out.
You and Tranquility know each other?
Enough to know he's real smart. But I know how to keep my mouth shut. Not like him. He used to organize fights, but couldn't pay me what I won. Since then, he sends me customers when they seem reliable. He's almost never wrong. I'll give him that.
You fight?
So I can come up against someone like you? No thanks. I'm happy enough just betting. My fingers and eyes are too valuable. I need them to work with.
Tranquility needs new identity papers.
Yeah, I got that. I told that bastard not to send anybody anymore, but you did help me out by getting that gang accused. Here, a little present for our mutual friend.
So, you got forged papers for me?
Forged? What for? Here are your papers, Mr. Resilience. You must have left them here the last time.
What was I thinking? Thanks. Resilience, huh?
What, disappointed? You wanted honor, maybe? That kind of name's just for the elite, my man. And I gotta admit, I never got a look at the papers those people carry. At least your name fits you pretty good. And it's pretty rare, too. Getting a name like that attributed at birth traumatizes you for life.
That'll do. It's just a piece of paper, after all.
Hey, show my work a bit of respect, all right?
Later.
Yes?
I have a few questions to ask you, if it's okay. You said your parents were in the militia?
Yes, my father got wounded in combat a long time ago, but he didn't want to stop fighting. So when the militia started, he and my mother joined up.
A noble intention, except I get the impression the militia isn't around much in these parts. Maybe they all retired when they announced the war was over.
Well, that'd be strange. The militia's still useful. Anyway, you can always ask them.
Come on, let's go.
Yes?
I have a few questions, Dad. You holding up?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm out of it. And sometimes I'm full of anger. But I'll be fine.
If you ever need a hand, you can count on me.
Thank you. Really. It's hard, but thanks to you, I think I'll be fine. And at least I have a goal now. Something to work towards.
You seem to be only thinking about the Resistance. Why?
It's true. I hope they'll help me understand. To get over my parents, too. And I can't just stand back. I have to do something, or I'll go crazy.
I understand. To get their house destroyed like this, my guess is your parents weren't just anybody in the militia.
I honestly didn't care about that stuff at all before I went to war. But it's true, a lot of people used to drop by to see them. Asking for advice, all that kind of stuff. Man, do I regret not paying more attention. And not telling them to stop it all.
No point in thinking about the past now. Come on, let's go.
You got my papers? I can't spend the rest of my life here. I got a business to run.
Here you go. Well, the papers you asked for.
What? Who are you?
The name's Roy. I was sent here to get the workshop back to its rightful owner.
I knew it. The perfect hangout, huh? Please don't hurt them. They're just kids.
They look old enough to stand and walk to the door, unless maybe they want to crawl.
But they don't know what they're doing. That drug makes them that way. They have no idea what they're doing. To other people and themselves.
Are you suggesting I let a guy who didn't do a thing pay for them?
No, of course not. That's not what I meant. But violence will only make things worse. I can hardly get through to my son. Please, they're just kids. Go after the ones who take advantage of them instead.
So basically, you want me to take out their dealer. I don't really see how that's any of my business.
They're squatting here to hide, and because their dealer's nearby. If you cut off their supply, you'll be creating a long-term answer to your problem. And you'll be saving lives.
All right, I'll go find the dealer. Just don't make me regret it.
Oh, thank you. Believe me, they'll react fast. I'm a nurse, and I know the effects of all these drugs only too well. Their dealer's called Serenity, I think. He has a place in the shanty. I'll show you on your map.
All right, I'll go pay him a visit. Serenity, I presume?
Much. If you don't know who you're dealing with, you got no business here.
I know who I'm dealing with. That's why I came to see you. To ask you to stop selling your shit to Chance and his gang. Ask being a euphemism, if you even know what that means.
A feminism, huh? Funny. I don't know what you're talking about. But now I'm the one asking. I'm asking you to leave real fast, or your head'll be asking to get kicked in. If you even know what that means.
I see you're having trouble hearing me. But with a couple of kicks, I should be able to force another way into your skull.
What? Okay, guys, I want to see him bleeding all over. Hey, dude, chill. You were right. We just had some misunderstanding. But it's all cool now. Not one more hit for Chance and those guys, I swear. They can go by somewhere else, and good riddance.
That's good. I was sure we could come to a mutual understanding.
Thank you. I'd never be back in my workshop if it hadn't been for you. You saved my life, you know?
Surely you'll return the favor. I went for a non-violent approach. At least with them. They decided to leave the place on their own.
Yeah, well, they didn't look real happy. They even threatened me. But at least they left. Guess I should think about getting some kind of weapon. I gotta be able to protect myself.
Might be a good idea, you know? The scumbags around here may not be hard to impress, but if you don't show a few teeth, you'll sleep outside again and they'll just walk all over you.
Ah, you got that right. I'll go equip myself.
Later.
Roy, looks like you're back in the neighborhood.
Always a pleasure.
Of course. What do you want?
I got your friend away from that guy. She should be back soon, if she isn't already.
Sorry, yes. Thank you, Roy. Here, take these clothes. You'll blend in a bit better.
And the Resistance?
I have a few leads, but nothing solid. Come back and see me soon. I should be able to help you. Sorry, Roy.
Please, miss. Please, miss.
I need I always have some kind of trouble, you know how it goes. And seeing you look pretty tough, you can maybe help me out a bit. I could use your persuasive skills to solve a small litigation, or more like two. First, I'd really like to get payment from a customer who's been annoyingly slow to honor his debts.
Your girls give credit? Seriously?
These are hard times, handsome. Some of them make compromises. I just make sure they don't get fucked any more than they should. Which leads us to our second guy, or should I say pig, who keeps harassing my girls, asking for free tricks while shaking his pathetic, ugly, and poorly kept junk. That one, you reason with him, you hang him by the balls, or even make sausage meat out of him, I could care less, but I just don't ever want to see him around again.
I'll see what I can do. Hi, Morality, right?
Do I know you?
I'm just the guy they sent to break your knees until you paid your debts.
What? There must be some mistake. I don't have any debt. Who are you?
The girls from Charity's bar would seem to disagree on that.
Ah, the hookers. And what proof do they have now? Let it be a lesson to them. When you're stupid enough to give credit in their line of business, you get fucked. Twice.
Fine by me. I'll just search your body after I beat the shit out of you. I'm used to that.
Yeah? You in what army? Come on, guys, we'll cool him down.
What am I gonna do with you? This time, I'm only taking the serum that's in your pockets. If you don't want me to drain what's in your veins as well, you better get the fuck out of here.
Roy, honey, you're gonna be so proud of good old Charity. I found the Resistance, or at least a way to get in touch with them. They have an informer in a bar in the North neighborhood, a guy who organizes arena fights. You'll probably have to earn his respect before he trusts you. He seems kind of twisted, but you're a big boy, right? Good enough for you?
Yeah, you really are the queen of the city. Huh. Seeing as this kind of contact can go south any second, I think we better hurry.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Miss Charity, thanks for your help.
Call me Charity like everyone, kid. And don't worry, I'm glad I could help.
I took care of that bad payer of yours.
Good. Could you get all the serum he owed us?
Hope so. I took all he had, squeezed him to the last drop.
I see. And that's even more than what he actually owed us. Roy, honey, you're definitely my hero. Here, take this as a reward for your effort. Did you also take care of that pervert who keeps annoying my girls?
Not yet. I'm on it.
I don't have anything more to propose. Hello again. Thank you for taking care of the dealer and for giving the kids a chance.
I hope they're smart enough to take it. You know the craftsman whose workshop your son set up in?
Mr. Frugality? Of course, he was living here before I was even born. He's hardly a master of his trade, but he's a good man. I cared for his wife when I was starting. I'll never forget.
What'd she have?
She never managed to give birth. I helped the doctor with various treatments. But when it turned out that she was showing symptoms of mutation, the son of a bitch decided that her sterility was a sign that she simply shouldn't have children. He denounced her so she would be put in a reserve with the other mutants. But she preferred to take her own life. Mr. Frugality was the one who found her, hanging in the workshop. A letter for him at her feet. The poor man. I don't know how he can stay there.
I think it must be harder for him to leave it. Your son's doing better? Must be tough, quitting cold turkey like that.
It is tough, but there are no half measures with these substances. It'll take a good week before he's gone through all the phases. I give him pain relievers, and that way I keep him near me, too, until this is over.
Good luck. And his father?
I'd rather not talk about that. I told Chance he was dead, and I hope he is.
I see. Good luck. Right. Humility, I presume.
So, what do you want? One of Charity's watchdogs, huh? Get lost, fucker. I ain't moving.
Not too smart, are we? See the glove? You feel like fucking with a pissed-off technomancer? I'm sure that would be a shocking experience, and I trust you like shocking, right?
Technomancer. Oh, wait a minute, man. I'm sure we can, okay. I might be a little annoying sometimes with Charity's girls, but,
But you'll stop fucking around and change neighborhoods. Was that what you wanted to say?
Well, no. Yeah, I mean, yes. That's what I wanted to say. I'll leave these girls alone, and you won't see me around Charity's bar ever again.
Wise decision. One that actually saves your life. You better keep your word, though. You don't want me to hear about you again.
No, it won't happen. I'll leave the neighborhood, I promise.
Roy, looks like you're back in the neighborhood.
Always a pleasure.
Of course. What do you want?
That pervert won't be trouble any longer.
Now that's a relief. Thank you, honey. That sure deserves a small reward. Here, have this.
I took care of those two parasites who were making your life difficult. Got another gig for me?
Well, you proved I could trust you with the money from that default guy. I know of quite a few who would have tried to fuck me on that one. I need someone reliable to assist one of my security guards and convey our earnings to my banker.
Hold on. You trust a banker and you put me to the test? All right, now I'm shocked.
Don't be jealous, sweetheart. Of course I trust you. But it's a dangerous mission, no? Our transporters are regularly ambushed by a bunch of organized bandits. They don't stop at anything.
Neither do I. You can count on me. And which security guard are we talking about here?
Honesty. He'll be waiting for you. Just go see him when you're ready to leave.
Roy, I guess. I'm Honesty.
So it's just the two of us?
We've been running out of volunteers since last time. One of us got killed. Anyway, the more we are, the more we draw attention. And Charity seems to think you're worth 10 men.
I hope I don't disappoint her. Sounds like it's not gonna be a walk in the park.
Well, that's a whole lot of money we're transporting. I'll go and keep watch at the entrance of Tierville. Just find me when you're ready.
No need to wait any longer.
Very well, I'll go now. Don't be too long to join me. I'll be exposed out there waiting for you. All right, for the route, you have to follow my indications. No way I'll let you try another path, okay? We don't want to end up in the marketplace. So, are you ready?
I'll lead the way. Just guide me.
I follow you. Stay on your guard, though. I think I already spotted one bandit while waiting for you.
Hard to believe nobody ever tried to steal that serum.
No one said it never happened.
So tell me the story.
3 years ago, before I took over, the 4 guys in charge of transporting the serum agreed just to leave with the booty. So Charity hired a mercenary, one of the tenacity kind. He never brought back all the serum, but he sure brought back the 4 heads in a disgusting bag. Man, did it stink.
So, how much are you carrying today?
I hope you're not considering what I think you are.
Just asking.
I'd never do that to Charity. She's a good woman, a great woman. If you're planning to cheat her, you'll have to do it over my dead body.
Let's move.
There we are. Here, sir. Into Charity's account.
Very well. Let me count all this. My, now that's a sum. Here, have the receipt. And my good thoughts to dear Charity.
Thank you. And thank you, Roy. I doubt I would have made it without you. You're a fucking killer. I'll bring the receipt to Charity. I'll see you there, man. Anytime.
All right, later.
Roy, looks like you're back in the neighborhood.
Always a pleasure.
Of course. What do you want?
We had some company, but everything went fine. Your serum is safe.
Honesty told me everything. He's not easily impressed, you know. But it sure sounds like you gave those bandits a piece of hell. I think they will think twice before they try to attack us again. Thank you, Roy. I just knew I could count on you. Here, you sure as hell deserve a reward after all you did for me. I don't have anything more to propose you at the moment, honey. You already helped me a lot.
It's my hero. What can I do for you? I'm a lot better since that bastard stopped hitting me. But you know, let's just say I got my share of problems.
What kind of problems?
Girls disappearing. Some even turn up dead. Nobody gives a shit. You know, we just hookers. And I'm kind of scared.
I see. I'll look into it. Later.
Huh? Hi.
Well, what's the matter?
Like you'd give a damn. You'd be a change.
I guess you can always try and tell me about it. If it's really boring, I'll stop you politely.
You're curious. I guess I don't have much left to lose. My wife, Fidelity, has disappeared. She was to go to the shopping district in Tierville, but she didn't come back. It's been 2 days. The army doesn't care. Some of them feel sorry for me, of course. Nice of them, but not very helpful. Apparently they're too busy looking for some renegade or whatever.
Huh, I see. Are you sure she didn't just leave?
What? No, she wouldn't. And she wouldn't leave all her things at home like that. Please, help me or just leave me alone. I have enough of telling this story.
If that's what you want, fine. Good luck. You holding up?
Honestly? Please.
I got a lot of stuff to do around here. I can't promise you anything, but if I hear or learn of something, I guess I could give you a heads up.
You would do that? It's far more than what I can expect from the authorities. Thank you. Here, take this picture of her. I hope it will help you find her. And that she's all right.
I'll be back if I have news. Hi. Looks like you work here.
You don't miss a trick, do you? I ensure the security of this merchant right here. What do you want?
In your job, I imagine you keep an eye on everyone passing by. Know this woman?
I see a lot of women passing by. What's so particular with this one, besides a cute face?
She's been particularly missing for 2 days now. Her husband sent me to find her.
Husband? Sad. Saw her, yeah. The day before yesterday, I think. with a guy. I remember because the way she was walking. She seemed like she drunk too much. He was helping her. They went through that alley behind me.
I see. Thanks for the info. See you later. That's one ugly cut.
Did you see her face?
Just a quick look. The drool and the red eyes kind of turned me off.
The eyes injected with blood, indeed. Significant amount of very thick saliva on the lips, which are otherwise very dehydrated. Oh, I also noticed that her hands were relatively red, especially for a corpse.
You know this?
All too well, unfortunately. They're the symptoms of EBL, which is also called date rape drug. A lot of it.
Do I want to know why it's called that?
The powder creates a powerful inhibitor in the frontal lobes. The victim loses awareness of their actions and the consequences. They become somewhat anesthetized, completely relaxed, uninhibited.
Uh-huh, and open to every proposal from the first dog in heat to come walking along.
Please, this drug is repugnant. And what makes it worse is that it has no odor, no color, and dissolves easily in any liquid.
In other words, all someone has to do is pour a little in your drink, and before you know it, you're fucked.
My word, I see you understand the principle. That's more than enough.
You think she died of an overdose?
No, I think she was still alive when the killer opened her up. I just hope she wasn't conscious. She must have bled to death. But again, I can't be sure without having properly examined the body.
That's already an interesting lead. Thank you. You seem to know a lot on the subject.
I'm a nurse. But yes, I know the drug. Better than I wish I did. There's not much more to say. I think that's clear enough.
That is. Sorry.
So am I. I knew him, you know. At least, I thought I knew him. I feel so stupid now whenever I think about it. Stupid and dirty. But I'm still here at least, not like those poor girls. The monster killing them all has to be stopped, whatever it takes. And I'm sorry, but have his balls cut off.
How do you get the drug? Not on every street corner, I hope.
From a dealer, of course. Go see my son's dealer. He must know more about it than me.
All right, I'll go find the dealer. That poor woman's body is in bad shape. I have some bad news.
You do have news, at least. What did you find?
Your wife was found dead in a back alley near the market. I'm sorry.
I see. Fidelity. My beauty. I knew it. I was feeling something was wrong. How did she die? What happened? Did she suffer?
Someone drugged her before they killed her. She was no longer conscious. She probably died of an overdose in her sleep.
Murdered? But why the hell? My poor angel. We should never have stayed in this mad city. All this is my fault. At least she escaped the worst. If I hear you, she didn't suffer. It doesn't seem much, but it's a relief, you know?
My deepest sympathy.
I just want to be alone. I'll go see her when I feel strong enough.
I'm leaving.
You again? I didn't sell nothing to any kids, I promise.
I hope not. Though that's not really my problem anymore. I came to see you for some information.
Okay. I'm listening.
Good. So tell me, Serenity, do you sell EBL?
Sometimes. Just a warning, though. It's real expensive. And don't go asking for no discount. You ain't exactly a repeat customer.
Ouch. You hurt me. Truly. But I'll forgive you if you tell me who you sell it to.
Ha! I got a business to run, dude. I ain't ratting about nobody. Especially about those with that much serum to throw around.
And you know that your business has a lot better chance of surviving today's depression if you give me what I want. Nobody will know where it comes from, so you can keep exploiting the misery in the neighborhood.
Shit, give me a fucking break. All right, but spare me the sob story. I gave at the office. Anyway, first off, you can forget about names. I got no idea. They ain't from around here. They only come here to buy because I'm the only one who's got what they want.
That's something, for starters. Keep going.
All right, so, the first one's quite a weirdo if you ask me. But hey, he pays good and knows what he wants. The guy only buys EBL. He doesn't talk much, but honestly, I prefer it that way. Other than that, he dresses casually, his brown hair, but most of the time you'll see him wearing that stupid hat of his.
Okay, and the other?
All right, the other guy's got dark hair, kinda serious looking, and always dresses real good. Usually he buys some of everything and makes my day. No money issue, that one either.
And if they're not from here, do you know where they come from?
Well, the thing about customers like that is, less you know, better it is for everybody. Especially if somebody gets caught. The second guy came by a few days ago. Took a bit of everything I had, same as always. I kinda picture him somewhere in a place like Tierville, but that's just an impression I got.
I can always go check it out. Thanks for the info. I'll let you get back to work.
Yeah, you do that.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, thanks again for helping me out. Can I do something for you?
I heard you can fill me in on how to get in touch with the Resistance.
Me? That's a pile of shit. Hey, listen. Not a safe topic. But you did help me out. They meet back there. I just keep my eyes closed. They think if a patrol comes by, the fights will keep them busy. There's a password. There can be no rest. Comes from their song.
Thanks. I won't forget it.
Thanks. I'll go have a look.
Hey, where do you think you're going like that?
There can be no rest.
Until they drink of our tears. You may enter.
Oh, thank you, sir. Really?
Forget it.
You want to meet the Resistance? Consider it done. What do you want? I'll warn you right away that if they smell a trap, they'll kill you.
Stop it, Marco. We know who they are. They have no reason to betray us.
Really? Even the Renegade? I bet he could get his place back at the Source if he turned us in.
I doubt it. They know me too well and want me alive. They know I'm not made for the Source.
Roy won't betray you, and he's being hunted too. Please, you have to listen.
All right, kid. Talk.
My parents were in the militia. When I came back from the Abundance camp, the only thing I saw was ruins, not their house.
Poor kid. Almost everyone in the militia was killed in a single night. Not many of them got away. And they're with us now.
I don't even know what happened to them. If they're locked up somewhere, or if I just can't stay here with my arms crossed. I have to do something.
You look sincere, and we need people like you. You, on the other hand, don't count on it. I can't take the risk. The technomancers are too unstable.
Marco, we should maybe talk to the others before deciding. After all, he could be useful to us with everything he can do and all.
Judy, I just tried to talk things over with the others as much as possible, but I said no. This man is dangerous. I don't trust him.
Great. I can understand being paranoid can help in your kind of situation, but you're going a bit far.
Please, Roy. Look, I may be able to convince them that you won't betray us. Give me some time and then... What was that?
An explosion, but not one of ours.
That wasn't an explosion. Only a fluid overload can make that kind of noise.
The technomancers again. We should get out of here. That kind of noise will bring a patrol straight here. Let's go, kid. Now or never.
Roy? Sorry. See you soon.
Take it easy, kid. I should go see this explosion close up. hell is she doing here? Won't take long for a patrol to show up. I better get her out of the way. There you go. Looks like she's waking up.
Did you really think you could kill my master and get away with it? After running away with your tail between your legs? You thought a weak woman would never come after you, didn't you?
Mary. Like you said, your master didn't give us a choice. You're exhausted and really worked up.
I feel weak. But when I got here, I was full of anger and power. What has happened to me?
You had an overload you couldn't get rid of. Young technomancers are almost never told about things like that. It makes it harder for them to escape. You were alone, and all that power took over. Now you're empty. You should rest.
I feel awful. Like I've been ripped to shreds inside.
The overload was too strong. You need help. I'll go find some medicine so you can recover. Take this. It'll prevent any internal bleeding and get you back on your feet.
I should thank you, shouldn't I? If I join you, will you teach me to prevent the overload?
I could teach you how to do that, yeah. Some people even learn to use the overload without suffering too much from its effects.
Are you going to sleep with me? Sean did.
If it happens, I want it to be because you wanted to, not because you feel you have to. You could help me a lot, Mary, but you're not my slave.
Maybe, but I want to survive. And if that's what it takes, it doesn't matter.
I'll say it again. You don't have to, Mary. You should only give your body to someone if you want to, not treat it like a piece of meat.
Before now, everyone used my body in exchange for my life, or for knowledge. I'll think about it. Thank you, Roy.
Mr. Temperance, I'm Devotion. General Honorgrant sent me. He'd like to talk to you.
Strange kind of invitation, seeing how they're looking for me.
I thought I had observed all the formalities. Please forgive me. If you fear for your life, please understand that the General does not currently wish you any harm.
Now that's a relief. Are you sure you're normal?
I believe so. On the other hand, I am only following the orders I've been given. Given your current situation, I suggest you go to him through the Tyrville Underground.
You sure got the right name, don't you? Devoted and calm as they come. Yeah, all right, I'll go.
Hey, Roy. Lose something?
I found this coin. Can you tell me anything about it?
Apart from the fact it's the work of an amateur, this thing comes from a workshop, that's for sure. But definitely not mine. You're looking for somebody short-sighted with one arm. And if you find him, make sure you break his fingers. Nobody should be allowed to make something this bad.
Thanks. I guess I'll go looking for another workshop. Know any others?
I don't know everything in the city. There's a guy at the edge of the slums, but he's been in the business so long, I'd be amazed if it was his.
I can always go check it out. Thanks for the info.
Hi, you want something?
I wanted to know if you've ever seen the girl in this picture.
Let me see. No, but I wish I had. Would have gladly whispered a few sweet nothings in her lovely ear.
Uh-huh. Too bad. I'm sure you know more than you're saying.
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm leaving for now.
Yeah. You again. What now?
Who else did I kill?
I'm not gonna spend hours explaining it. I'll just do a good deed and take care of you, the hard way.
Yeah, right. And I'm just gonna let you, huh? Come on, shit stirrer. You'll regret talking out of your ass once I've stuffed all the words back in.
Now that was fun. Well, what do we have here? A coin and some powder. Looks like someone was already back on the hunt. I cornered the killer. I doubt he'll do it again. The streets are safe now.
Thank you, Roy. You're a sweetheart. If you want a little fun, you know. In the meantime, take this. My way of saying thanks for taking care of us.
Later.
Hello, Roy. Can I do something for you?
I was wondering... You don't want to change what you're wearing? Your dress is ripped to shreds. Not really, discreet.
No. This dress shows what I am. I'm wearing the ruins of a past that no longer exists. I've lost a lot, and it was my fault. Today I am just a pariah, a renegade being hunted by my peers. And yet, I'm also a new woman, freed from the bonds of my former conventions.
I suppose I can understand that. You're a little lost here. It's your last link to your past life. All right, fine. We'll go on like that. How did you become apprentice to the warden of a prison camp?
It's a long story. I'm sorry. I really don't know you. I'd rather talk about it some other time.
What are the Abundance technomancers like? Do they have the same status as here?
I don't know much about it. But from what I saw, people are afraid of them, just like here. And they'll never get supreme power. But they're in the army. They're officers. They're not allowed to group together like here. A master can have an apprentice, that's all. They're first and foremost a war resource, I think, and nothing more.
Why did you take the risk of following me? You would have kept your status with Abundance.
I was livid. Sean saved me, protected me, and I wanted to avenge him. Of course he was also using me, but at the time I didn't think things could be any different. So I followed you, to kill you.
You said he saved you?
Yes, Actually, I don't really want to talk about it. He must have been mistaken.
Come on, Mary. You're not really a normal kind of person.
All right. I suppose I can tell you. I was born here, in Shadow Lair. It didn't take long for the Source to find me. I think you had already left. Or I was too young, and you were too old for us to be together.
Why not talk to me about it?
I was afraid you'd abandon me to the Source. Of course, there are good masters there, but there are also... Anyway, I often served them when I was very young.
Listen, I'm sorry, Mary. I know some girls are abused, but... Anyway, it's over now. You're free of them. You must have a virtue name. Mary's not your real name, is it?
Right. I was called Mercy, but the name no longer means anything to me. Even if Sean used me, he helped me live again. He stopped me from going insane. He's the one who called me Mary. Just like the rags I'm wearing, I want to keep the name.
I understand. I'm not gonna lecture you about changing your name. How did you end up in Abundance in that case?
My master at the time had to go fight, of course. And he wanted to take me with him. The Source didn't really agree, but he had a lot of influence. I found myself on a battlefield, and I was horribly afraid. I think I panicked, and we were separated.
In the end, you went through what lots of other soldiers went through too. You were just luckier. Let's get back to my other questions. You still don't want to talk to me about your past?
I'm sorry, Roy. I promise that if I feel strong enough, I'll tell you my story.
I want to tell you something else. Come with me. I'd like to have you with me.
With pleasure. I prefer being with you.
Yes, what do you want?
The name's Roy. Roy Temperance. I have a meeting with General Honor Grant. I was told to come here.
Yes, you can enter.
Hi. You're expecting me, I think.
I am. Good to meet you.
Really? Mind telling me what you want from me?
I have heard you are being hunted as a renegade. Rest assured, I have no intention of giving you up to the Source. To be perfectly frank, I'll admit I'm not very fond of them. And they feel the same way about me. But I'm high enough up the ranks that they can't do much against me, or those who work for me.
Ah, I think I'm starting to see what you're getting at.
All right, listen. I'm trying to understand how they got so powerful. I am worried. So I decided to put together a group of people to find out. You already know Devotion. She's my eyes and sometimes my hand. I'd like you to join her in the group, but I'm sure you have questions.
I have one. You say you never liked technomancers, but you ask Roy for help.
I know how to tell the difference between the technomancers from the Source and a renegade girl. And even if you obviously have the same skills and are a bit disturbed, you'll understand that I'm not worried about you betraying me. Neither of you will find the Source and reveal the existence of my little group. And both your skills and knowledge of the enemy will be useful to me. More questions?
I know you're a friend of wisdom. This group kind of looks like treason to me.
You are mistaken. It is, on the contrary, my duty to protect my friend and Dowser from what threatens him. In this case, the technomancers. I don't know how they've managed to convince him to give them so much power. Just like me, he knows that you are unstable. That's why they didn't have that much power before. But they are gaining strength, and I have to protect Aurora and Wisdom from their schemes.
Why not help the Resistance if you want to go against the technomancers? After all, they have pretty much the same goal.
Not really. I know they hate the technomancers as much as I do. But they are idealists, and they want to change society. Power to the people. Allow me to tell you that that is as credible and inoffensive as what we are faced with from your former colleagues. Chaos. And in a few months, an invasion by the neighboring guilds. I did not win the war against Abundant to see my guild devoured so soon after my victory. Those people may have good intentions, but they're dangerous.
You're in the government, you work with the technomancers, and you're best friends with dear Dowser Wisdom. Why in hell would I join a group under the thumb of corrupt and murdering people, huh?
General, let me make him eat his words.
No, Devotion. It's a good question. I put up with the technomancers and their madness more than I work with them. As for the murders, I suppose you're referring to the disappearances in the militia. That is their work, not mine. Even if I can't understand the reasons for it. And as for the corruption, I think you're mistaken. I'm no saint, but I can say that today I am the only defense left against the technomancers' coup. You're being hunted. Tracked by the technomancers, as you know. If you have my protection, they'll have to leave you alone.
And Devotion? You make her sound like your crony. Who are you exactly anyway, miss?
The General told you, I am his eyes and hands when there must be killing. He took me in before the war. I was only a child. Since then, I have been showing him my gratitude.
You can trust her as much as me. As long as you don't betray me, of course.
I'm sure you understand it's not the kind of decision you make just like that. I need time to think.
I understand. And I have to admit that I find that reassuring in a way. You deserve your name more than it would appear. Temperance. I'll get back to you in a while.
Thanks. I'm going in that case.
Goodbye, Roy. But don't forget, if you have even the slightest feeling for Aurora, I am its last defender.
Surprise. Attack!
Tenacity.
I wouldn't come to say hi if I wasn't getting paid a bundle. Nice to let that guy came to ask me to kill you. And you know me. I'm real obliging when I get paid.
If you think I'm gonna let you take me out.
I was kind of hoping you'd give yourself up, actually. Because you see, poor Charity is locked up in there.
You can go fuck yourself. I know how you work. You'll kill her too, whatever happens.
I'm hurt, Roy. Really, I'm hurt. I thought you were free.
Fuck, you're even better than I remembered. I must be starting to get rusty. I'm too old for this business.
You've known me for ages. Why'd you accept this job?
You know me too. I'm not the kind to do something for sentimental reasons. I was always a bastard. Just ask Charity. I must have had an unhappy childhood. But I'm always practical, and I don't feel like dying just yet. I broke that contract, and even if you decided not to kill me, I would still be in shit.
You got yourself in it on your own.
It's true. Listen, I think the only way I can get out of this is by working for you. What do you say? You know I'm good.
You really think that after what you just did, I'm gonna hire you? Without mentioning how you're a turncoat?
Keep dreaming. But you know I won't have a choice anyway. I'll have to stick to you like glue and take part in the fight. Now it's up to you, of course.
He's pretty disgusting and doesn't seem very honest, but I like the way he speaks. He says funny things.
Listen to the chick. She walks around half naked and it's like there's a meltdown going on between her ears. You already got a nutcase with you. Why not a bastard?
All right, but I don't really know why I'm doing this. Maybe because I don't want to be a bastard like you. First sign of any backstabbing, you're a dead man.
You're really a great guy, Roy. Gotta say. Let me get my shit together and I'm all yours. Do you ever get the impression that you're kind of sickeningly nice?
What do you mean?
All those guys you leave on the ground behind you, you know they get back up. Can you imagine the number of pissed off people who only want to get back at you?
I don't see the point in killing when you don't have to. You're living proof.
I guess I should shut up, right? And all that serum lost. Heroes.
I wanted to know... You know Shadow Lair by heart, right?
I was born there, but I didn't always live there. Bounty hunters tend to get around a bit, but I've been back for a while. So, yeah, I guess I know the place better than you. It's a big pile of shit with gutless wonders living in it and run by head cases. A charming little spot, my favorite. If you want, just ask me when we're in the neighborhood. I'll tell you what you want to know.
Why not? I may find out some stuff from you, and at least you'll make me laugh. I wanted to know... How'd you become a bounty hunter?
It's a long story, but basically I didn't have much choice. I was living in Shadow Lair at the time, had some problems, had to get out. I started working for a guy, a real bastard to be honest. But he respected me and vice versa. One day he got shot and they tried to make me take the fall. I didn't have a choice. I had to go find the guys. That's how I started.
I wanted to know... Can you tell me more about this neighborhood?
You know this place. I don't really know what to say. There's Charity's bar, and that's where you're sleeping. This is the poor part of town. Got lots of mutants, but there's worse. Just go to the slums. But I gotta admit, it's got character, and you can lose a tail easier.
What do you know about the guy who hired you?
Another guy with a ridiculous name. Generosity, I think. Yeah, right. He looks as generous as a good kick in the ass. And he comes across all lit up, too, like a war windmill. They said he's pretty high up in the source. Probably didn't make the decision on his own, like always with these inbreeds. You can bet the whole guild wants your head. And the bounty was high. Real sad.
What do you regret? The bounty? Or the fact that my head's still on my shoulders?
The bounty? Nice amount of cash, you know. They must have kept it somewhere for when I showed back up. If we could get our hands on it...
I don't see how you expect to stumble across it, unless you want to go straight to the source.
No thanks. I saw enough guys with batteries shoved up their ass for a lifetime, I think.
What do you think about the Resistance?
Dreamers completely disconnected from the real world. People who are doing everything to change the world but don't understand they might just destroy it. Figure they're dangerous in their way. Bunch of freaks who think they know the real truth. Fucking extremists that gotta be real bitter because they weren't born with power.
What do you think of Honor Grant?
Our national hero? Want my opinion? I can't say I really know him, but the idea that if he could have taken over at the top from his buddy, he'd have done it. That guy can pretend he's as straight as an arrow, the paragon of virtue and all that shit. But he's just like everyone else. He just wants power.
There's something else I want to ask you. Come on, follow me. I need your help.
No way, I'm with you.
Hello, Roy.
I want... Come with me.
With
And I knew that scumbag when I was a kid. He always was a snake. Anyway, thanks. Thanks a lot.
I wasn't about to lose my best source of information.
Don't be so cynical. You're a good man, Roy. I got nothing on me right now, but drop by my place. I'll give you something.
Yeah, all right. I'll drop by.
Roy, you shouldn't let your friend walk around dressed like that. She sticks out a mile.
Don't be angry with him, madam. I'm the one who wants to dress like this.
Cute, but not all there, huh? What do you two want?
You said to drop by. You'd give me something.
That's true. Knowing that son of a bitch tenacity, I'd still be there. Here, hope you like it. Listen, while we're on the subject, the kid, Innocence, came by while I was out. He told the bouncer the Resistance is getting a major strike ready on a train. He'll want you with him. It's a technomancer convoy, if I understood right. You should maybe find out some more. It could be dangerous.
Roy, can I do something for you?
I need to be alone. I was wondering... Your wife's murderer won't hurt anybody anymore. I took care of him personally.
You got him? Oh, I wish I was there to see that. Thank you. Thank you for all you did for me. Not any more than I can forget her. Have this. That's very little for the memory of my dear Fidelity, but we've never been very rich.
Thanks, but no need. I believe the days to come will be hard enough for you without any money trouble.
This is very generous of you.
Hey.
Hi, what can I get you?
I heard the Resistance is planning to attack a technomancer convoy. You know if the kid who was with me the other day is with them?
You know,
I don't actually follow their every move with bated breath. But seems to me he actually was with them, yeah. They said something about freeing prisoners.
The kid must have thought his parents might be in there. But it reeks of a suicide operation.
Wasn't supposed to overhear their discussion, but I know where the attack took place. I can take you there. I owe you.
All right, I'm with you.
Innocence! Innocence! Innocence!
Shit, Charity. It was a disaster. The kid was arrested.
I'm sorry, Roy. He seemed like a real nice kid, really. The attack was stupid, but I already knew it didn't work.
You got a lot of good information, apparently.
Some young person came here to hide just after. Judy. She told me what happened. And there's also someone sniffing around your place. A girl works for the General.
That'd be Devotion. She's his right-hand man, armed, from what I understand.
My poor Roy. You have to decide. You're going to need allies if you want to help the boy. And seems I doubt the Resistance can put up with honor and vice versa. You should go talk to the two women. See what they suggest.
The lady's right, Roy. We're going to need friends. Especially with all these people after us.
The lady's always right, Sugar. Go find the two girls. You'll see what they have to say.
Roy, can I do something for you?
I was wondering... I wanted to... No.
Roy! I'm happy to see you. Even if Marco doesn't agree, I know we'll need you.
Like you needed innocence.
Please, hear me out. You can't imagine how sorry I am about his arrest, but he wanted to take part in the attack. I think maybe we can help him escape when they decide to execute him. With your help, I'm sure we can do it. You know how important our ideas are to him. Marco didn't welcome you right, and he's still suspicious of you, but he's not the only one who makes decisions around here. Let's save him together, and then you can join us. We'll leave for Green Hope as soon as we free him. We hope we can weaken the technomancers there.
That girl looks like she really believes what she's saying. But who is she?
That's Judy, one of the leaders of the Resistance. They're the people who are fighting against the politics here, and especially against the omnipotence of the technomancers.
But you're one, and so am I. Do they hate us? Maybe we should say no. Once they've used us, they'll surely kill us.
I swear that won't happen. You're not like the ones who rule us. We're crushing the people of Aurora.
What do you do exactly?
We fight against the corrupt Aurora government. A government that doesn't hesitate to kill the people it just won the war with. A government that oppresses the people and leaves all the decisions in the hands of the technomancers. You've seen the poverty, all the checkpoints, how cruel they are. We're fighting to change all that. To restore freedom and pride to the people of Aurora. With your help, we can do it. We'll free innocence and go to Green Hope to ruin those monsters' plans.
Let me have a bit more time to think about it.
All right, but think fast. I don't think they'll wait long before they execute him. Have you decided? Are you going to join the ranks of those who fight in the name of freedom?
All right, I'll join you, if you do everything you can to get Innocence out.
Thank you, Roy. Here, Innocence left his diary at the HQ. I think he'd prefer you to have it. There must be a way to stop them. We've got to get him out of there.
Judy, we tried everything. We even thought about an all-out attack, but look at that. Those bastards have a machine gun. They must know we're here.
We can't just stand here.
We never thought they'd bring out something like that. The second we get in the yard, we're dead meat. That's exactly what they're expecting. I'm sorry.
Oh, lend us an ear, boys, lend us an ear. The world's gone around in the street. Oh, lend us an ear, girls, lend us an ear. Our enemies shall weep. The walls of Aurora stand strong before her, never shall know defeat. So rise up, you people, join in the struggle, justice we shall see.
I've read this diary that Innocence kept, which Judy's given to me. Everything he went through since he got to camp is in it. Because even if he's dead, a hero and a martyr, the story is far from over. He talked about the people he met, what we did. He even wrote whole pages on what I did since he started following Marco. I knew the Resistance had good sources, but I didn't think he'd hear about me stopping the serial killer. Nor that Mary and Tenacity were with me now. In fact, I was a bit embarrassed to realize that I was the hero of the book. Maybe that's why I feel kind of obliged to keep it going. Because even if he's dead, a hero and a martyr, the story is far from over. We're here. Green Hope. You know, it's not that different from what I've seen in other places. A dusty old hydroponics farm, crumbling under the wind and the war. When you think of everyone who died here for this. What a miserable place. The name hardly reflects its condition.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Lots of people died here, taking it or defending it. It was a real slaughterhouse. But we can't stay here. Marco's waiting for us in the eastern part of the town. We have to move.
Bloody vermin! Fucking slackers!
You want
They
something?
should never be left wandering around the village anyway.
What can you tell me about the mutants here?
But they still complain, but we're used to it. It's true, we should maybe give them a little bit more food. They do good work when they want. I say a mutant is like a cow. If you want it to work well and give you milk, you got to feed it. But there's guys here who don't particularly like the mutants.
You know that the crops were destroyed?
Of course I heard about it. The moles apparently, that's a weird story. Moles just don't go into human structures. They got to smell the water, see? And here, all the water from the crops is recovered in small canals, just below the surface. They shouldn't be able to smell it.
You know that the crop...
Of course they got...
I gotta go. Bye. Hi.
Sorry, but it's not exactly a good day for us.
What's going on?
Those bloody mutants stole some of our food. Not like we produce much anyway. It's going to make things really hard. They deserve to get put down, damn animals. As if they didn't have enough with what we give them.
I can go see them, work this thing out.
That would be great. We need to get back what they stole and punish them. We can't let them get away with it. But, if you could avoid killing them, just teach them a lesson. I got a bit carried away earlier, but we need the labor.
Roy, I find this man a little too extreme. Maybe we should try to know more before we do anything.
I'll do my best.
How can we help the man?
Where are you from? You from Aurora?
Yes. The one man sees before him belongs to Aurora, and always belonged. We came from Shadow Lair in a train with others to work here. But we regret. In the city, we ate our fill. The men fed us. Here they throw us some leaves. They throw leaves at us, nothing more. Here we die of hunger and must work as much or more.
Gotta go. Bye-bye. Where did you put what you stole?
The mutants must eat too, like the men. They have enough to eat.
Explain yourself.
The men were given much stock by the guild, very much, to eat and sow. They also received the mutants, us, for help, but they gave us nothing to eat. The mutants must eat too, otherwise we die, like the men. They have enough to eat. Why do they give us nothing?
Okay, I get it. I know you need to eat. Maybe I can help you balance things up a bit.
We do not understand. You are a man.
Yes, I'm aware of that, thanks. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I'll say you already ate what you took. I'll probably have to tell him that I punished you too, but you'll have to play along.
This is unexpected, man. If you do this, you will be saving us, and...
Yes?
Many of us are sick, as we have not had food for a long time, and... May the man forget me. I should not ask for more than what he has already given us.
Well, just tell me about it instead of beating around the bush.
If the man could also find us some medicine, it would be very, very kind.
I'll see what I can find.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I took care of your problem.
Really?
Sorry, I couldn't get the food back. They'd already eaten it all.
Oh, shit. We're gonna be struggling for months to make that up. We're really gonna have to tighten our belts.
You still got enough to survive. You'll get by.
All the same, those filthy animals need to be taught a lesson so they don't start again. If we let them get away with it once, they'll think they can do anything.
Done deal. I took care of it. They won't do that again.
Well, that's good to hear. Thank you, I suppose.
Innocence's last moments out of my head. I feel so guilty. But I'm sorry. I know you've got more on your mind than my feelings. What can I do for you?
I wanted to know, what's Marco's problem with me?
Marco lost his family in the technomancers' jail. Like all of us. Of course, that's not really a good enough reason, but he can be very hard. He doesn't forgive easily, and basically for him, all technomancers are executioners.
If you want my opinion, it's mostly because he's completely paranoid, and he's scared of losing his place as head of the Resistance, or of being in someone else's shadow.
If that's what you think, why ask me?
You're not like him. You get along well anyway?
It's true we don't always agree on things, but we do have the same vision, Roy. And that vision is far more important than our differences.
Yeah, I understand. How did you become part of the Resistance?
I didn't get here by chance, anyway. It was a choice. My choice. When I got back from the war, I saw what was going on here, and I didn't wait a second. I got together with my former war buddies, who were as angry as me, and we made ourselves a little cell. Then Marco got in touch with us, so we could join forces. You know the rest.
So you started a cell on your own? That takes guts.
Thank you, Roy. But in fact, I couldn't do anything else. I would have gone crazy if I didn't do something.
What does the Resistance really stand for?
At first, we were just about fighting a government that had betrayed its own by assassinating the militia. But later, other ideas started popping up. There was especially the fact that the people should be able to choose their dowser and representatives, so crimes like that would never happen again. They say that on Earth, that's what it was like in lots of countries.
Seems almost crazy, but it's a beautiful idea. With regularly elected representatives, the people would be sure to gain more freedom.
And imagine how things would change. No more bosses on one side, proletariat on the other. There would only be responsible citizens. Roy, together we can unseat the tyranny of the Dowser's dictatorship and create a new society. It won't be easy, but is there anything more worth fighting for? You shouldn't get me started. You'll never shut me up now. Let's talk about something else.
He wasn't with you long, but I'd like you to tell me what he did while he was here.
I'd love to. Right at the start, Marco asked him to carry messages. It sounds easy, but it can be dangerous. He did really well. He got fake IDs to groups being hunted by the technomancers, couriered authorizations, and even resistance tracks.
What else did he do?
Marco ended up trusting him and recognized his bravery. He asked him to infiltrate the military base. We needed to contact certain soldiers without being seen. And he's how we learned about the train, too. Even if I almost regret it. I really liked him, Roy. He was both fragile and full of strength. He wore his name well, which is not something you see too often.
Thanks for telling me all that, Judy. It's good to hear what he did with you and that he was among friends. Where do you come from, Judy?
I was born in Valombra. Ever been there? It's a pretty small city. Life's good there. I came to Shadow Lair to join up. I stayed here a bit, long enough to learn how to use a weapon, and then I went to the front. Since I got back, I've gotten to know the place better.
You like this place?
To be perfectly honest, I went into shock when I first got here. The social disparities are way different from back home. But in the end, I understood that Shadow Lair is a fantastic melting pot.
You said you were in the war.
Yeah, I wanted to enlist. I didn't just want to stay in Valombra with everyone else fighting. So I figured I'd become a soldier too, to defend Aurora.
What corps were you in?
I was in the Rangers, and I got lucky. Lots of us got taken prisoner real early, but I trained hard, and I was pretty good at it. So I only got back to Shadow Lair after the fighting was over. Pretty much about the time of the Battle of Green Hope. I would have been sent out again, I figure, if Abundance hadn't asked for the ceasefire. And you?
I fought on a few different shadow lines as a grunt. Nothing special. The war in all its shit-covered glory.
But with skills like yours, you could have been a lot more, couldn't you? I guess you wanted to keep a low profile. I get that.
What do you think of our Dowser?
To be honest, during the war he was my hero. He was incredible, an amazing strategist, and he gave us hope when we thought we were goners. At the time he made us so many promises. Then he went and broke them all. I really thought he was going to give the people more freedom. That's why we fought so hard. All that to take out the militia as soon as we got back from the front. It killed me. Now I hate him.
I understand completely. Even if I was in camp when he became the Dowser, I felt the hope he brought when I saw the despair when I got back.
Thank you, Roy. That's it exactly. But let's change the subject. This is depressing. I'm glad we see things the same way when it comes to our enemies.
What do you mean?
We don't need to kill the ones we fight and beat. I think that's a real strength.
I see things the same way. Why kill them?
If only everyone thought like us.
I wanted to know. Did you ever go to Green Hope?
No, during the war I wasn't in the sector. And before, well, that was Abundance. Heard what happened here, of course, but I guess you know as much as me.
I never met a woman like you before. So full of passion and so beautiful.
I wasn't expecting that. But, thank you, Roy. I don't know if I'm beautiful or not, but as for the passion, that part's true. I think I'm kind of proud of it. But what are you telling me that for?
It's what I think, that's all. And I felt like saying it.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. You're not that bad either. But I don't think this is really the place to talk about that kind of thing, is it?
I wanted to ask you.
There is the man again. Do you have the medicine?
Yeah, but here, keep it to yourselves. If anyone sees you have it, you'll get in big trouble.
Of course, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. The man is great and generous. Accept this gift. We all contribute, so we can thank you.
Thank you. Ah, I almost forgot. I lied to the villagers. You're not supposed to have any food and you've been punished. Be convincing.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Do you know anything about the technomancers?
Those magic men don't come here, but we know that they are digging. We've carried equipment to where they dig. They are looking for something in the ground. We think they are looking for traces of the first men.
Colonists?
Yes. Green Hope is old. It is said that part of the canals date from that time. That is what makes it rich.
Ah, I see. Interesting. I heard about a shadow line being built around here. You know anything about that?
Yes. Some of our people are used there, but we have heard nothing more of them. It is a very bad place to work. There would seem to be others working in the sun. Not just us. Men, too. But that's crazy. Nobody would do that.
The technomancers were carrying out experiments on mutation. Have you heard anything about that?
No, man. Those of ours who went to Shadow Lane have not come back. May the sun receive them, and the shadow forgive them.
I have to go. Bye.
You're not a farmer.
True. That a problem?
Not at all. Takes all kinds. Well, maybe you'd be ready to help me.
What's wrong?
Since I've been here, things have been getting worse and worse. I'm supposed to replant all the crops, but everything's been destroyed by the moles. It's impossible to grow anything. So we're short of everything. But we should already have our first harvest since we got here. But nobody's doing a thing. They're too scared.
It's pretty basic, but I'll help you.
Thank you. That's real good of you. Got to say, there aren't really any guards here to help us.
Where's the field?
I'll mark it on your map if you like. There.
I gotta go. See ya.
So, any news?
Yeah, I killed the moles that were infesting your fields. You can go back to work.
Thank you so much. And not just for me. The whole village thanks you. Here, take this.
Thanks. Bye.
Roy. I heard about the kid. I'm real sorry.
Roy, I wanted to tell you. I'm sorry about the child. I know that he was like an apprentice for you.
Thanks, Mary. That's nice of you. I was wondering... Have you already come here to Greenhope?
No, never. I heard about it, of course. The battles here were so big. Abundance didn't want to lose the place. It was such a key part of their strength. But that's all.
I want to tell you something else. Come with me. I'd like to have you with me.
With pleasure. I prefer being with you.
Hey, Roy. You need me?
I wanted to know... What do you think the technomancers have been searching around here?
You're more like them, Roy, and you know them better. But apart from the fact the place could be worth a fortune, it's also pretty far from Shadow Lair.
I'm listening.
If you had something a bit questionable to do, you wouldn't do it in the main city square, right? Somewhere big, but isolated, where there's lots of comings and goings because of the reconstruction. That's a good spot. Way better than in the middle of Shadow Lair where all eyes are on you. I figure they're getting something shady ready. Maybe a coup. And there's no way they're going to let someone stir up shit in their business without reacting.
You ever go to Greenhope?
Yeah, ages ago. Still part of Abundance at the time. I was looking for a guy who was passing himself off as a farm worker. Changed a lot since then. I doubt what I know from back then is still good. Sorry, buddy.
There's something else. Later.
Roy, I've been thinking about what you said. Like how I have to decide for myself who I sleep with. I really like you. You're really nice to me, and for the first time, I feel like I'm not just a piece of meat. If you want to, I want to. And I don't just mean give you my body, but really be with you.
Well, if you're not just saying that to save your skin, then...
Well, I was expecting a technomancer, and here we have two. What a joy. Dare I hope that neither of you is here to betray us?
Who would I betray you to? The source is after me too, just like Roy.
Judy has vouched for you, Roy. She figured we could save the kid with your help. I heard he died despite everything. I know you were close. I imagine that gives you a good reason to fight on our side. Revenge is a powerful force. Regardless, we've got work here. A lot of work. And it's time to get down to it.
Here? Really? There are two of our people who look like they're keeping an eye on something, but what's so special about Greenhope, apart from the mass grave?
As you know, we are mainly trying to counter the technomancers. But through prisoners that were freed during the attack on the train, we found out they'd opened a worksite in the camp. They said a large group came here and seemed real excited. Seeing as they're only interested in power, there's got to be something here that could make them powerful. We can't let them have it, so we're going to destroy the site. There's a gas line crossing it. Open the right valve, and boom.
It's a pretty simple approach, but no matter. I'll take care of that.
I'm listening.
How did you come to join the Resistance? Were you in the militia too?
No, I wasn't in the militia. I thought the alliance with the technomancers was too risky. I figured it would end badly, even if I was way off. A lot of my friends were in it, though. People who really believed in what wisdom promised. That after the war, if the militia helped beat Abundance, he'd change the people's status. In fact, to be honest, I was already in a protest movement. I organized meetings even before the war was declared. I already wanted to change things then. Obviously, when the militia got almost wiped out after the victory, I understood we had to do more than just have meetings, and I created the resistance. I'm listening.
You got drafted during the war, I suppose.
Yeah, and I fought too, but I was lucky. I was part of the reserve troops. We mostly took care of logistics. I wasn't in any skirmishes. Most of the troops were in front.
Don't move. You're all under arrest.
Shit! Someone talked! Get out of here! Shit. The bastards. We almost bought it there. I can't thank you enough, Roy. Without your skills...
We were lucky. If there'd been more of them, I couldn't have done a thing. Their leader had this pass on him. It may come in handy.
It will. Listen, this meeting was a secret. That means one of us is a traitor. We have to find out who the mole is, or we're all dead in a hurry.
And how do you figure on finding out who the bastard is who did this? What's it got to do with the pass?
It must lead to the technomancers' HQ. There have to be documents there that can indicate who's behind all this. Find them and we'll get some payback on the bastard who sold us out. But be careful, keep your head down. And above all, make sure you don't talk about your mission to anyone. We don't need the mole knowing we're coming after him.
All right, I'll get in there and try to find out who the traitor is.
Thanks, Roy.
Sir? There's still moles around, right?
Not that I know of, no.
It's just that I wanted to start working my field again, but as soon as I turned my back, everything's been turned upside down.
And you think that other moles came?
Well, that's what I thought. I didn't want to stick around to make sure.
I understand. I'll go see what's happening.
Thank you. It's just, I don't really dare to go there now.
I gotta go. See ya. What are you doing here?
I'm a farm worker.
Well, hey, and I'm the dowser. Yeah, sure. You wouldn't happen to be destroying the cops, would you?
No, I mean, I have my reasons. Now leave me alone.
You listen real carefully, farm worker. You're gonna stop all this bullshit and get the hell out of here fast if you don't want me to take a personal interest in your case.
How?
Let's just say that if you don't feel like becoming fertilizer, you gotta get out of here and never come back. Is that clear?
Yes. Very clear.
So get going.
But that's it? You seem pretty satisfied. It's over. No more moles? Come on, tell me what happened.
It wasn't the moles. Some shady-looking guy was sabotaging your work. But he won't be back anymore, believe me.
Shit, some guy? He'd have had to have something wrong with him. Must have been an abundant spy. Bastards. You made him pay, I hope.
I just said he won't bother you again. Seems pretty clear to me.
It is. It is. Here, take this. Thank you so much. I'm
I'm going back now. If you need me, you know where to find me.
Let's see. Looks like a list of names. The family of a certain Constancy. Shit, Jerry's virtue name. Seems they're being held on the site of a shadow line. Probably the one the technomancer was talking about earlier. They were probably used to put pressure on Jerry. Poor bastard. I think I found the traitor.
So the work just stopped like that.
A group of terrorists sabotaged the excavation. We hit them hard, but unfortunately it'll take a long time to repair the damage.
You think I'm going to wait long? You've got everything you wanted. It's time to show results.
The incident at the site won't stop us continuing our experiments at the Shadow Line. Things are moving along nicely.
I hope so for your sake. Or believe me, you'll spend the rest of your life in the Source.
So, any news? Did you find anything out?
Yeah, I got into the technomancer's offices. According to some documents I found, the family of a certain Constancy is in their hands. They're threatening to torture them and kill him if he doesn't give them information.
Jerry. So it's you. How could you do this? You've been with us since the beginning. I trusted you.
You heard what Roy said. They've got my family, and they're gonna kill them. I had no choice.
There's always a choice. You risked everyone's life. You risked everything we've been fighting for months. Everything some of us have died for.
He put our lives at risk, but killing him won't change anything now.
You're wrong, Roy. If we let traitors live, it means our ideals aren't strong enough, and the entire resistance will collapse. So long, Jerry.
The documents I found indicate where his family's being held. They're at a site of a shadow line that's being built. I heard the Dowser talking about it. At least it's the same place. He was talking about experiments the technomancers are carrying out.
You mean they're experimenting on prisoners?
Yeah, I think so.
Fucking monsters. We can't let this slide. We've got to go there and free our comrades. Roy, can you take care of it?
Yeah, it's not far. I'll go right away.
I'm listening.
Where'd you get the idea of negotiating with Abundance, especially after the war?
I fought a few of their guys during the war. They're hardcore military types, of course. But at least they gave everybody the same chance, wherever they came from. And they didn't bother with all that mystical bullshit that's poisoning us, and lets the technomancers have so much power. I admired that aspect of their guild. When I understood that a lot of things were being played out at Green Hope for the technomancers, that they'd sent an enormous number of soldiers there, I understood only Abundance could help us. They could weaken them enough so we could win at the Source. So I sent them an envoy, a traveler.
Later.
Hey! Hey, please!
Please, get us out of here. They're doing terrible things. They use us for tests, expose us to the sun. Some of us have even been operated on. If we stay here, we'll die. Or worse. Help us. We haven't done anything to deserve any of this. I was just in the militia. Okay, I demonstrated against the technomancers, but that's all.
Calm down. I'll get you out, all of you, but I can't break the door down. Do you know who has the key?
A technomancer, of course. Their leader here, I think. He's really powerful and heartless.
It's horrible, Roy. I didn't think our people could do such things.
I don't feel like I have anything in common with them. Those people are sick. Their thirst for power has sucked them in so far they lost their humanity.
Could I become like them? Lose my head?
You're a bit strange, sure, but you're not like them, Mary. Don't worry about it. How'd you end up here?
It was just after the demonstration. I thought things were okay. I didn't have any trouble when the leaders of militia were arrested. Then one morning, Source Security showed up at my place. They arrested my wife and me and took us here. She died after they did horrible things to her.
What'd they do to you, exactly?
I was lucky, in a way. They only put me out in the sun a few times so far. I thought I was gonna die, and I'm covered with blisters, but that's nothing compared to what they did to some of the others. They feed us strange things, disgusting water, pieces of flesh that looks human. Some people had mutant parts transplanted onto them. Most of those people died. They also made the women get pregnant by mutants. We never saw them again. Please, get us out of this hell.
Any idea what's making them do this?
How could I possibly know what those madmen are thinking? They aren't human anymore.
You may have heard something.
Nothing. Just the screams of my friends. And that's more than I wanted to hear, believe me.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
What are you doing here? You have any idea how important the research you're interfering with is?
Research based on the horrible experiments carried out on Aurora's citizens.
I recognize you now. You were at the source when I was a child. Still so sure you're on the right side, huh? That you're always right? Still so full of yourself over your abilities, I guess. But I'll teach you. I'll show you your place.
just us now.
Do you have the key? Please hurry, some of us need help.
Here, I finally have the key. Take it and free your comrades.
Thank you. Thank you a million times. Wait, you're with the Resistance, right?
You could say that.
There was this guy who was part of it too. He was a prisoner here. His name was Sam. Do you know him?
No. So I guess he's dead then?
He said all kinds of strange things. About a deal with Abundance and how they were going to attack Green Hope to help them.
What?
He spoke to someone called Marco. He said he succeeded. That Abundance agreed to help them. Sounds crazy, right? He must have been raving. Thank you again, in any case.
So that man punishes traitors, but he's linked to Abundance. You should go have a word with him about all that.
So, did you get to the Shadow Line? Did you free the prisoners?
Yeah, I found them and freed them. And I found out some interesting things about the site.
After what we've just done, I'm not sure we need more information. We're going to be able to enter Shadow Lair and attack the source.
You want to leave soon, right? You wouldn't want us to still be around when Abundance shows up, would you?
What? How?
One of the prisoners heard about your alliance from some dying guy, the former member of the Resistance who was your liaison with the other guild. How could you do that?
Don't you see? It was the only way to weaken and disperse the technomancers enough so we could hope to defeat them. Abundance is ready to support the government we'll be setting up. And with their help, we'll finally have a chance.
At the expense of Green Hope, which has already cost Aurora a lot of blood.
What does that matter now? Aurora doesn't need Green Hope. What we really need is freedom. A future.
And you really believe Abundance's promises? Don't you think the only thing they're interested in is getting a hold of this site?
Maybe. But once we have the source, we'll set up a new government. A government of the people. Then we'll be stronger than ever, and Abundance won't be able to do a thing against us. Roy, you know that without me, the Resistance would be nothing. That I'm ready to give everything for it.
If we let traitors off the hook, it'll mean the death of the Resistance, remember? And you didn't just betray your side. You betrayed the Guild.
It's not treason. I did it for the good of the Resistance, of Aurora. You can't kill me, Roy. What will happen to the movement without me?
So long, Marco.
I never would have believed he'd betray us. I think he really wanted to help the cause, despite everything.
Maybe, but he landed us in a pile of shit. We have to leave Green Hope as soon as possible and take the source by force. The technomancers were hit hard, so we have a chance to take them, and we can't pass it up.
We'll go then. You want one of your friends to come along?
I'd like Mary to come with us.
I kind of wonder why you want her to come along. She's really weird. Regardless, we may be able to use her talents.
We're finally leaving Green Hope, fleeing before Abundance gets here, after shedding light on the activities of the technomancers and weakening them. Not only did we sabotage their excavation site, but we also discovered the inhuman experiments they were carrying out on the defiant citizens of Aurora. We've won enough here for now, and hope they'll fall, along with the dowser that's backing them, so they'll have to confront their madness. I was even able to give the mutants here a hand. It may seem almost trivial, but it's still good news. Especially as I have lots of regrets. I would really have liked things to have turned out differently. I wish Marco hadn't betrayed us, that I hadn't had to kill him, that Green Hope had stayed ours. But we have to go on to the next chapter and keep moving forward. My dear Mary is with me, of course, as we march on the Source. Her help and support will be invaluable to me. Because the Tyrant will be well protected, and it's time we settled a few scores.
There! Kill him!
So that's the Source. All that wealth. But you already know the place, don't you?
That's going back a long way, Judy, without mentioning the fact I only know the part reserved for the technomancers. I didn't have access to the government offices.
No matter. We'll find the dowser. It's time for the Resistance to confront the People's Executioner. Tyrant will be judged for his crimes. Even if we have to be careful, we can't risk losing now. And the Source Guards have a fierce reputation.
I'm not worried about the guards.
Nothing stops you, huh? Sometimes I wonder why you're on our side.
I ended up believing in your ideas. What with the insanity of the technomancers and wisdom, I can only hope the people of Aurora will become free.
I'm glad you feel for our cause. It's the most noble of combats. Let's go.
So, we're just going to enter this office, and everything will be taken care of?
I do hope everything will be taken care of, but I'd rather you stayed here. It'd be better for me just to go with Judy.
You want to be alone with her and the old man? You think she's pretty and you don't want me there?
That's got nothing to do with it, Mary. There's no point in being jealous. She's the new leader of the Resistance, that's all.
Maybe, but I know she likes you. Please be careful. Stay yourself. You're all I have.
Don't worry. I'll be back soon.
What the... But you killed him. Why?
Wisdom was my friend. He was the leader of Aurora. I could not let him be dragged in front of an angry mob. Let the people judge him. You were going to debase Aurora in the eyes of the other guilds if you humiliated its dowser. I couldn't allow that.
You're completely wrong about us. Yes, he would have been judged, but it would have been fair. We're not here to destroy, but to rebuild.
Your beautiful ideas are naive and dangerous, girl. And I was sure you wouldn't understand. But I'm ready to answer for my actions.
You will be judged for this murder as well as for your involvement in a corrupt government. You will have to answer for many things.
Are you sure we can leave him alive after what he just did and said? I doubt he'll just do nothing while the Resistance reorganizes the government.
I don't want to be like him. I don't want to use a false pretext to dip my hands in the blood of a man who fought for Aurora. But I'll leave it up to you.
You're right. We can't be like him. He should be tried.
I guess I have to thank you for your mercy. Even if my execution is just postponed.
Yes, you should thank him. As he shares our ideas that you consider naive and dangerous. Roy is a man who is strong and has convictions. Unlike what you've become. Come on, Roy. We have so many things to do. Almost an entire world to rebuild. The others must be waiting for us.
So, in the name of the Resistance and right ideas, of freedom for the people, I've committed sabotage, spied, even killed. Including one of their leaders who thought he was doing good and committed betrayal for the benefit of abundance. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Thanks to our actions, the technomancers are now under constant Resistance surveillance. Their dreams of power are at an end, this time. It was suggested I command them, but I don't like the idea of holding all these people on a leash like I was. Mary once thought about joining them, but I convinced her to stay with me. Whatever the future holds, at least we'll meet it together. Tenacity has decided to hunt for the Resistance. He's looking for traitors, everyone suspected of participating in all the horrible things. That'll probably lead to a real cleansing. Judy hates the idea, but she can't stop the people from holding grudges. Aurora will have to set up a new government. I hope, of course, that it'll be less corrupt, but I'm not dreaming. There will always be tyrants ready to take over the guild, ready to dominate the people for their own ends. Judy will keep debating as usual to try to defend her dream. She did, of course, ask for my help, but to be honest, I'm not sure I belong among them. I'll be staying here for a while regardless, just to see how things pan out, because I know the conflict is far from over. Abundance will not give up so easily. The death of our Dowser and the recovery of Greenhope will give them the hope that they can crush us. And even if we still have a war hero, he'll soon be appearing before a court. If he's let off, I fear he'll be the leading opponent of the new government. Anyway, for the moment, life goes on and Aurora can now dream of a better future. One that Innocence, who sacrificed himself for this dream, will never know. Here ends the war log of Innocence Smith, a diary I have continued of late. Goodbye, kid.